Hello and welcome to OWXL League Season 3 Playoffs. This is it right here, a semifinal game between Eternity eSports, the 1 seed, and Team 2K, the latecomers, the 4 seed. And because there's only 4 teams in the champion tier, they were able to come into the playoffs anyway. Nice little 4-team playoff. But I will say, do not count out Team 2K as the 4 seed coming to this game 3-5. But they came in with an 0-5 record, adopting Atlas A's kind of winless record before they dropped from the league, and went on to beat each of the 3 teams in this tier, which means they have played and beaten Eternity already this season. That was in week 7, where they actually played Numbani first, and then to Kings Road. The map will be starting on here. So a lot to get to, and we'll see if Eternity has the answer for the Team 2K team that, again, beat them previously. Your host, Salted Pepper, joined by casting partner here, Raging Bull. Man, how are you?
Moo! I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm so glad today's Friday, dude. Like, this week, right? Like, let's start this weekend right with some top tier Xbox Overwatch gameplay. You know what I'm saying, man? So, like, we've got 2 teams, champions tier. We're talking GMs, top 500 players. Like, these guys are good. You're going to see some very coordinated, some very good gameplay coming out from both these teams, and I'm really excited.
Yeah. Definitely, and a lot of the champion tier games have been fun. These teams know each other; they've played each other regularly, so yeah, a lot to.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know about all that, but I'm definitely excited to get to the game here again. Kings Row, where we're starting, and like I mentioned a second ago, week 7, these 2 teams played on Numbani, the weekly map, a hybrid. It was Team 2K defending first. It was a full hold before they took the first point on their attack. Went in, and then Eternity picked Kings Row. And Team 2K attacked first, like they will be doing here. We're able to complete the map. Eternity completed the map as well, about a minute behind. And then in the 3rd and 4th round, weren't able to take the tick. Team 2K took it and won that game 2-0 on 2 hybrids. So Eternity, as the higher seed, with all of the maps at their disposal, decided to go not only a hybrid, but a hybrid they've already lost his team on. What do you think of that pick?
Really interesting pick. You know what? I feel like hubris or vindication, right? One of the two.
Right, sure.
to be quite honest with you. So let's hope that it's vindication. Like they're just like, you know what? We got this. We're gonna try this again, and you know, let's just see what happens here. This should be very exciting.
Well, and it could be that they watched the footage from this game. We had it up on the I think it's on the Twitch channel. It's probably on YouTube as well. The previous game between the 2, if they watch that footage and kind of analyze maybe some of their mistakes or some strategies by the other team, they may be able to adjust their comp. And you're right, yeah, maybe a little vindication here. Coming out these comps for both sides, difficult to tell just yet, but for Eternity eSports coming out, it's fumbles on the Zenyatta, Sartua on Mercy, a good combo there. Spook off, coming in with the tank, the Reinhardt shield, playing Reinhardt, Copenhagen Cowboy, trying to keep him up as the Zarya. Solus, I believe, actually will go Hanzo. And Ryukin on the Soldier. I like that Hanzo pick. We don't see it very often. But again, the just skill ceiling for a lot of these players in the champion tier. We'll kind of see a little bit some of those off picks that they can play really well and kind of adjust comms accordingly. So exciting to see how they implement that hero here for the attackers. Yeah. If this is their comp, looks like it just about will be with 18 seconds to go. Joshi, okay, go Joshi on the Zarya, Winky Face Diva going Junkrat. Kane on the Roadhog. Kubito 4 away on Reinhardt. It's Nika, Alol on Mercy, and Provi Gaming going Lucio.
Ooh, very nice. I like seeing this Lucio. As everybody can tell, I like Lucio a lot. I mean, if you've listened to my casting before, Lucio is my dude. And I've seen Provi before on Lucio, and he's very, very talented. So let's see how aggressive this first push is. I do imagine that's going to be quite aggressive, as we see.
Yeah, right, coming directly in. The camera coming through from... Actually, it's a few going down here. Winky Face Diva and Nika both falling as Kubito kind of had to fall back. Spook off, keeping the team alive for Eternity, getting the damage in, and Ryukin picks up another kill on Nika. Kane falls, and I think that's a good, solid initial defense from Eternity. Team 2K will have to retreat out just a little bit here.
Yeah, no doubt. Team 2K did pick off that Mercy early. I thought that they would have been a little bit more aggressive, but they were down their main tank, so I can understand why Team 2K didn't push in as much onto Eternity. But you see Eternity right now, that pick with the Hanzo, they picked off that Widowmaker quite early. Very nice job there, and as we can see, we got a couple picks going back and forth right now. It looks like Team 2K is really pushing it in onto Eternity, and I'm guessing that they're going to capture this point relatively easily.
Yeah, Solus, the only remaining survivor, kind of missed some of the action at the point, but still trying to get a few kills. I don't know if he'll be able to defend enough for Eternity, and that's going to be Team 2K wrapping up that attack. They do have a few ultimates to work with, though. That is Eternity, rather, as we go into the Streets phase. And there'll be a few building for the attackers as well. But a strong attack from Team 2K will see them cap that point. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left as they come into the second section.
No doubt, Team 2K is doing exactly what I thought that they would do. They would start to push in because we do know that Eternity, they've got that Hanzo that's sort of lagging behind. As you can see, he is way away from his team right now. So Team 2K, they've got this opportunity to really push in, stagger the opposition. But you know what? Ryuken got an answer for them right now with that Soldier 76 TAC visor. Fantastic coming in from Eternity.
Yeah, that tactical visor able to take down a couple before he does get pulled there. The attackers with the shorter respawns to be able to come back and engage this point. Eternity's still holding really strongly, but it's actually Spook Off who's now kind of in enemy lines. Maybe get caught out a little bit. He was able to get an Earth Shatter kill in there. Back over to Spook here. And still able to keep the shield up, defending well for Eternity. Nika able to get the res onto Joshi to try and get them bolstered again. Now finally the Dragon Strike comes out from Solus. Doesn't quite cap any, and it's going to be a Pro V Gaming sound barrier, just trying to keep everyone alive. Fumbles will respond with the Transcendence again, just to keep the defense bolstered in the Streets phase. But still, the kill's going the way of Eternity, and they still got a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, Kubido away. He did throw down his Reinhardt smash, but unfortunately didn't really catch anybody. As you can see right now, Solus is just going off throughout that Dragon Strike, and now he's got another one. So rather quickly, I do plan to see a Copenhagen Cowboy Zarya ult comboing with that Hanzo rather quickly, and as you can see right now, it's being answered by Team 2K. Huge picks happening right now. Joshi throwing out that Graviton, and then Winky Face Diva taking out that Soldier. 4 picks going by the way of Team 2K, so they're really pushing it in right now on Eternity. Nice job by Team 2K.
Yeah, well used whole hog there by Kane, just able to take down one of those opposite tanks. Obviously, the defense still with a lot of ultimates. We've got Cubido here on stream with a Shatter, maybe looking to get a little bit of high ground, get him behind those defenders, and use a Shatter. It's going to be a Spook with one as well, and again, a lot of those ultimates for the defenders, but no support ultimates. Nika very close to a Valkyrie, probably will have it, and does here. Ryuken with another tactical visor catches a couple, and now it's Winky Face Diva, who looks like she'll go out of the mech. It's going to be ultimates out on every side, though. The Shadow coming out, I think, from Spook Off as well. Yeah, the kills going the way of Eternity eSports as Solus continues to get picks on this Hanzo.
Yeah, Eternity, very nice defense right there. I like the fact that they saved up all of their energy, it seemed like, in focus. Right there at that hold, you know, they kind of flipped the table a little bit by allowing, or by forcing Team 2K to have a much longer respawn walk back to the point. So, nice job and nice defense.
They continue to push out. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so no need to be hasty if you're Team 2K. Still in a good position here with a few ultimates and a few on the way, as Winky Face Diva will have the self-destruct. Joshi very close to a Graviton. As this next engagement breaks out, it's going to be a bubble onto Cubido to try and get a little bit more of that charge. The self-destruct may not actually connect. It was interesting, we were able to push that off the platform, but still Winky Face Diva not quite able to connect, get as much out of that as maybe they wanted to. Getting the kills regardless, though, as those tanks, their triple tank here combining for Team 2K to push back the Eternity defense. Yeah,
fantastic job there. As you can see, Team 2K is really pushing in, and they are making those picks, so they can start, you know, excuse me, we see 4 ultimates already saved up by Team 2K. So if they can coordinate these very well, it's like it could be game over. But Ryuken taking out Nicola so quickly right there, jumped right onto that Mercy. So Team 2K, they are without their Mercy. Let's hope that they don't waste any of their ults and just start try to get the rest of the team ult charge up and make some of these picks.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting with the I guess they don't have a oh no, Winky Face does have, actually, that's, man, Solus just getting moved off the side by Pro V and finally able to answer that Hanzo. I was just about to say that they didn't really have anything to deal with that Hanzo. I mean, they do have the shield, but somehow he's still able to get picks in through kind of in the gaps in that armor. But now without Hanzo, won't have to worry about it as much as ultimates from both sides. 5, almost 6 for the defenders, but 4 here for the attack. The Shadow coming through, now it's going to be Spook Off, almost both falling as Team 2K continues the relentless attack. The Graviton catches the few that haven't yet fallen. The Dragon Strike will wrap up the rest here. Oh my god, there you go. The triple tire from Ryuken and Solus getting a couple will completely shut down the Team 2K attack. Man, it looked like for a little bit there, the Team 2K was going to roll straight through there. And just answering back with a huge Graviton. Copenhagen Cowboy able to catch a couple, and the combination that we've been waiting to see. The Solus Dragon Strike coming through, melting Ryuken adds a couple for a little bit of flavor. Team 2K has to re-engage.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Those plays just took my breath away. I was kind of in awe. That's why you didn't hear me go too big and hype there. But you can see right now, Team 2K, they are answering that. They said, you know what, you just got a 6-man, 5-6-man, whatever, numbers. But let's push back in. So now they've already made 2 picks, 3 picks. That Hanzo is getting res right now, but it looks like Team 2K will be able to capture this. They really need to jump on that payload and start pushing it better as a team, but Hanzo sitting up top, Solus just trying to make as many plays as he can, and he does get the scatter arrow on the Mercy. Hope he enjoys that right now, because I got a feeling that's going to be leaving quite soon.
Yeah, and it's Provi really the only one contesting. It's the second time, at least, that we've seen on stream that Provi's been able to take down that Hanzo, and nice that he's able to get up there and contend with that high ground when his tanks are otherwise preoccupied. You do see it's a strong attack here for Team 2K, a late Dragon Strike coming through, trying to catch a couple through the center, but the payload pushes regardless. Solid initial attack, and Team 2K, like they did in Week 7, cap the map.
My goodness, Provi just knows how to stay alive. He's a survivor.
Playing well on that Lucio, and I did like to see him go there and get that high ground contention, because
totally
kind of had their hands full on the point and needed that TV to stay there, but you would like to see that TV be able to dart in and out to contend with that, but worked for them regardless. 1 minute and 7 seconds on the clock, and a very strong initial attack. We'll see how their defense holds up. Eternity know they have quite a bit to equal here, and yeah, just it could be a tough result if they're not able to come out on top in their initial map pick.
For sure. Team 2K looked very good. They looked, as we say frequently, comprehensive on a lot of those team fights. They were just together all at once. They coordinated very well together, and it seemed like they were a little overwhelming for Eternity, but Eternity may have something to answer that, and I look for some big plays here to happen on their end as they attack.
Eternity coming out in an opportunity here to equal that distance. They did do that on their attack the last time these two teams matched up. So, yeah, we went into multiple rounds.
They did.
Yeah, and so we'll see if I did at the beginning of this game.
What you did?
Yeah, the opportunity here to cap the map and kind of make it interesting. Again, this is a best of 5 series, so even if obviously one of these teams will fall in this first map, I guess it could be a draw.
For sure.
Lots to play for still. A spot in the finals, and more playoff action coming this weekend. There's a few games Sunday, I believe.
Excellent.
I think the Challenger tier game, the other side of that, where we saw was Squaw versus who did they play? We did that game. Tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I did that game.
Dana DeFito, there we go. Getting a good 3-0 win there into the champion. And so at the other side of that. But back to this game, it's Josh here on the Junkrat looking to get damage in over the top 4 Team 2K. They've got a nice just kind of bolster comp with Kane on the Soldier, Winky facing Kabuto rather on the tanks, Nika and Provi back on those familiar support faces. Kabuto getting in the action early, taking out Ryukin on the Tracer, trying to get him behind on his team. Solus still on the Hanzo, Copenhagen and Spook on the Zarya Reinhardt combo. Sarah2 and Fumbles filling out the Mercy Lucio for the supports. Trying to engage the choke here. Eternity looking for a little bit of room, but I think it's Team 2K so far responding well and pivoting around the statue. If it looks like the attack's trying to go that direction. But now Solus gets the scatter on Winky Face. That could be the initiation they need to get into the point. It's a Fire Strike from Spook to take down Provi Gaming, and this fight may already be over if Eternity is able to move on a point.
No doubt, Team 2K, they just got rolled by Eternity. Let's be honest there. Eternity looked very good pushing into this point. Team 2K really just needs to regroup so that they don't have such a long walk back. Nobody needs to get staggered here if they're playing smart about this. But you know what? Solus scatter arrows are so good. He is calculating these angles. I can tell he's got his little protractor up there like beep, boop, beep. And he is nailing what he needs to nail so that he can help assist his team pushing in on the point. So fantastic job by Eternity on this first capture.
His positioning has been solid. It's now a switch on Farah from Joshi, maybe to try and contest them, prevent him from getting onto that high ground, get a little bit of air supremacy. But with his accuracy, we'll see if that Farah's able to stay in the sky for very long. It's a Dragon Strike here. We'll see if there's a combination with Spookoff's Shatter coming through the center section. It's going to be 2 support ultimates very soon. Sarah2 already with the Valkyrie. Ryukin very close to one as well. The Shatter does maybe land a couple going down. I think it was Provi the only one caught. Now the Dragon Strike coming through, trying to catch a couple. Ryukin able to get a kill. Another Shatter catches 3 for Winky Face Diva. And now kills kind of swapping either side. Eternity looks like they have a little bit of supremacy here, but it's going to be Nika on the Mercy, able to get the res on a Winky Face Diva, get that tank back into form, and the payload still looks like it will be shut down here as the rest of Eternity has to retreat.
I'm really digging this pick by Joshi. As you can tell, that Pharah is on fire. There's a really nice Reinhardt smash and grab there. Unfortunately, he did go down because that Mercy really wasn't supporting him as well as he needed to be supported. But right now, we've got a massive team fight that's about to break out back on the port, and I imagine a justice raining from above coming in from Joshi.
Yeah, I like the solid pick from them to respond to the comp. Definitely trying to deal without Hanzo. It seems to be working. It'll be Soul's trying to get into that window on what you're attacking as left-hand side here, and not really able to find that room with Joshi on the Pharah. Again, with a rocket barrage, like you said, there's the Graviton. Looks to find a couple. The sound barrier will not protect them. That is a triple kill from Joshi. And I really like the response from Team 2K, getting rolled on their first point and adjusting their comp accordingly. 3 minutes and 30 seconds for eternity, and they're back at the spawn.
No doubt. Team 2K just saying, if you had a question, we had an answer right there. Josh, you just looking fantastic on the Pharah. You know, having that along with the Graviton by their Zarya, key plays happening for Team 2K. They are doing a very nice job coordinating everything, as we would expect from this sort of tier and this sort of gameplay. I love the fact that Joshi is just harassing Solus on the Hanzo. So I can't say enough about this. This is fantastic switch and picks happening by Team 2K right now to answer that Hanzo that was giving them such fits.
Yeah, the attack will have to be careful. It's Winky-based Diva around with a Shadow looking to catch all of them off guard. And it could be a... Oh, actually, no, I think they did see him. He'll have to retreat. Kane with the visor looking for an opportunity. But now Copenhagen Cowboy and the rest of Eternity coming back on the point, getting a little bit of supremacy or kind of traction with the payload. There's the Graviton coming out from Cowboy. We'll see if they can catch it. There's the Dragon Strike coming through. But yeah, Shatter will catch both Reinhardt's. A lot of ultimates. I wouldn't say wasted as Winky-faced Diva did fall, but just kind of a weird back and forth there from every side. It's going to be Ryukin with the Deadeye, I think, and able to catch Joshi. But what were you about to say, Rachel?
Ryukin switched over to this McCree so quickly from that last team fight, and he got his Deadeye so fast. Unbelievable job by Ryukin to really put that pressure and then pick Joshi out of the sky. I imagine Joshi will end up switching because he knows that he cannot stay in the sky for too long with both Solus and Ryukin playing that Hanzo and the McCree respectively.
This contention coming in to try and keep them from capping the B checkpoint. 2 minutes left on the clock as the rocket barrage comes through from Joshi. Not quite able to get nearly as much value as Solus will take him out of the sky, and I think you're right, it'll be a switch off the Pharah. We'll see if that comes through here in this before he respawns. But Eternity's starting to really get their attack going the direction they want. It's another Graviton coming through that catches a couple, but a fantastic Transcendence here from Fumble should keep them all alive. Both support ultimates, those if Valkyrie comes out, could be difficult to come into the third point. But once they're able to cap this, if they are able to, they'll get some more time on the clock.
Yeah, Nicolol doing a very nice job on the Mercy to keep her team alive there. Every time I look, it seems like she's in the air because she has her ult. So their team's taking quite a bit of damage, but she's doing a fantastic job keeping them healed up.
Yeah, now just really a brawl on the point. Team 2K able to really push back the Eternity attack. Still 1 minute and 15 seconds for them, though. They'll have a few ultimates. Actually, just the 2 tank ultimates coming on to this next engagement. Solus now switching to the McCree. It's double hit scan as Ryukin is on the Soldier. Joshi now having switched from the Pharah 66% to that Dragon Blade for Genji. Means Team 2K, I really like the flexibility again, just in this tier. The comp switching very, just kind of reacting well to the opposing comp, and yeah, kind of chess battle that goes on between is really fascinating to watch.
That's exactly what this is. And you can see Spook does throw down the Rhine Smash, and he's answered by Winky-faced Diva. Winky-faced Diva having a better smash to his counterpart. So you can see Team 2K is really pushing in right now, and we have a Dragon Blade that's got to come out at any point in time. I imagine it may be coupled with a Graviton by Cubito 4-way, but Team 2K just looking very nice. You know, Eternity had less than 2 meters to capture this point. They weren't able to do it. That tells you how resilient Team 2K was to get back together as a team and push them off that point back.
And again, responding well, earning ults quickly. Ryukin switching off the Soldier to the Junkrat, 85% to a Grid Tire that could be helpful in this, what could be the last engagement. 5 seconds to go, and Joshi looking for an opportunity to Dragon Blade. Gets stunned, gets a little low, but the Graviton comes through, will come out with the Dragon Blade now, looking to catch a couple, goes for the high ground, finds Ryukin on the Junkrat, goes in for supports, but it won't matter. Not on the point there. Means Team 2K will take the first win, and what a start to the playoffs.
Wow, fantastic job by Team 2K there. Great job by both teams, actually. Eternity looking good at.
And again, Solus, we kind of talked about it quite a bit on the stream. Solus doing really well on this Hanzo. It could switch for them. Not quite able to get the win, but this Dragon Blade Graviton combo, or rather Dragon Strike Graviton combo with the Ryukin tire, just fun to watch and good combination of ultimates there. We'll see how Eternity Esports responds. Their map pick comes up next. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. What a game we have so far. Team 2K taking the 3-1 win on Kings Row against Eternity Esports. And Eternity coming out with their second map pick, the control point, Lijiang Tower. And I like this pick from them. I expect to see a couple changes in their comp. Raging, what are your thoughts after that first game?
Oh, wow. It was really good, actually. Team 2K looked very good on that attack and defense. You know, Eternity, Solus, his Hanzo play was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. His Hanzo play was very good. And I think that they played very well. But to me, Team 2K's tanks were better than Eternity's. And because of that, that's why Eternity lost that map. A couple times we saw them out of position. Their ults didn't connect the way that they needed to when they needed for them to happen. And that happened for Team 2K. So it was a brawl back and forth. And I expect this next game to be just a slobber knocker.
We expect a bit of a pivot here as Mini Ramasu coming in for Kane. I think Kane went a little tank on that last one, so we could see some changes. But Ramasu definitely plays a solid DPS hero. I expect to see a little Genji play. And we know Sol is familiar with the Genji as well, so I'd like to see the battle between the two of them. But I think we have the readies from both sides. And
where are we going?
It's going to be Lijiang Tower, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, control point. Fantastic. And again, just as kind of a pattern throughout the season, team that loses on the first map generally will go control point for the second. And Lijiang, definitely a popular one we saw quite a bit. Let's see if we do have the readies from both sides. Again, these two teams, they only played in Week 7, both of their games were on hybrid maps, so a bit of an uncharted territory here as we see which of them can reign supreme on the control point. Again, this is a best-of-5 series, so a lot to play for. The winner of this game will face Big Throws or Imperial. Actually, I think Big Throws go through that one.
Huh.
Imperial might have forfeited the game, actually.
Let's double check on our... do we have any swaps coming in from either team?
It's just Mini Ramasu is coming in for Kane.
Fantastic.
Actually, we got readies from both sides. So
Good deal.
Get that from them. But again, if a 2 semifinal games and then a just the final for these teams. Both these teams trying to get into that final spot. And again, Team 2K coming in week 5, adopting an 0-5 record, winning 3 games in a row, and just kind of taking the 4th seed, but probably not indicative of their ability. And up here, 1-0 against first seed Eternity eSports, going 5-3 and playing very well this season.
Yeah, both these teams playing very well. I agree.
I think we actually are ready to go with this. We'll take you to Lijiang.
Yeah.
Appreciate your patience.
Thank you.
And you too.
You too.
You know what I keep forgetting to do though? Set the Lunar New Year.
Oh,
map.
Do like the Lunar New Year? That's for sure.
I do. Yeah, it's nice. I like the theme maps. We're gonna talk about this. Get to do a few events around these kind of themed periods with the new maps. Yep. Right? It's a lot of fun.
Yep. But it seems like only when one remembers to put them on, that's when we do the theme maps.
Right.
Is that what you'd say?
Probably about 40% of the time. I think 40% is a pretty good percentage.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not great.
It's less than a coin flip, so you know, it is what it is.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Here on the night market, it's going to be Eternity eSports coming out in the blue side. Still on the left here, Ryukin on the Tracer, Solus. Feeling like the Pharah, actually. I think it'll be Genji on another map. The Pharah this time, and it's a good map for Pharah. You see Joshi peeking over on the other side. Copenhagen Cowboys spook off with the dive. Tanks, Diva, and Winston respectively. Sartu and fumbles on Zenyatta Lucio. I like the Lucio pick for fumbles. We see a Lucio on the other side, Pro V on that. A natural pick for him. Nika on the Mercy again. Dive tanks from Emersu and Cupido. Winky faced, maybe going May, but doubtful. But we'll see. That could be an interesting pick here.
I like the May, yeah.
Actually, he's going May as Mini Ramasu decides to go Genji. And maybe we'll get an actual pick from Winky face. It'll come eventually, I'm sure.
You know, it's kind of... I don't know. They always troll. They all troll.
Winky face Diva went Diva.
Oh my.
Shocking.
Oh, shocking. I don't even know. Now, looks like we have a very classic comp, or dive comp coming in by Team 2K, and I gotta imagine that they're going to be there at the point first before Eternity, and it looks like it happening right now.
He actually is Saratu and fumbles going Zenyatta Mercy, so they didn't have the speed. Personally went with the Lucio, which is going to be Pro V Gaming, able to take down Ryukin very early on. Joshi gets a pick as well, and Team 2K starting to wrap up this fight very quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. Team 2K, Joshi just putting on tremendous pressure from the sky. You know, nobody from Eternity's answering him. There's not enough hit scan coming out from Eternity to answer Joshi. They saw how dominant he was on the Pharah. Now, one would imagine that with a booped potential map such as Lijiang Tower, Night Market, that big pick right there coming by Ryukin. No doubt, man. Totally agree. I thought that was fantastic. But I'd like to see Eternity switch off and get somebody that can help take out Joshi a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think it was Josh just getting a little bit too confident and get caught out there by the Mercy. Nika now not able to help that Pharah, though. Solus is kind of answering that Pharah a little bit. And I like to see how this fight kind of breaks out. Maybe they're just assuming Solus will be able to counter this Pharah, doing a good job of it so far. Already 99%, now has the Rocket Barrage and could use it to shut down this attack. Remasu, however, going in with a Dragon Blade, looking to catch a couple, and hasn't quite found any, but Team 2K will continue to wrap up this point. They'll wait to use those ultimates for this next Eternity engagement.
Yeah, I hope Eternity doesn't get staggered, and that's exactly what I thought was about to happen. That, you know, the Pharah Mercy, they needed to pull back as soon as they saw 2 of their teammates drop. Like, for whatever reason, they still hung up in the air, and now they're going to lose about 10 more seconds of this point, 10 to 20 seconds of this point. So, I expect a Solus Rocket Barrage to come in rather soon because they need to take this point, and they need to take it quick.
They're very close to 6 ultimates. Everybody above 85% now as they begin this engagement. 66% gone on the meter for Team 2K, and really the fight starting to break out. It's a pulse bomb to catch Nika in the back. Very strong start for Ryukin and Eternity eSports as Copenhagen grabs another. It's going to be a Transcendence here from Saratu, just again escort Eternity onto the point. They continue to get the kills. They'll wrap up. Team 2K make quick work. Actually, as I say that, now it's a late Primal Rage coming out from Cupido. That's an interesting decision. We'll see if it stalls long enough for Team 2K to get back on the point. But as I say that, I guess probably a good stall for them. They're at 90% of the point now, and we'll be able to come back in and fight another day.
Yeah, no doubt, but like that Diva Bomb was absolutely huge that just came in. And a big Diva Bomb being answered by Copenhagen Cowboy. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even finish the sentence before something incredible also happened. Just fantastic Diva Bomb from Copenhagen to pick off 3 of them. Nice job.
Yeah, and again, I guess that was a fantastic stall, knows more than I do. That's why these players play at this level. Cubido able to do the stall there and forces the overtime. Eternity will start to swarm back in, but a lot of that percentage still gone for Team 2K. We got some time to work with, some ultimates as well. It's going to be Joshi looking to take it down, his opposite Soulless in the sky. Whoever wins this will be able to use that Rocket Barrage. It's so important that they can take each other down. It will be Soulless finally falling via Pro V Gaming again, just kind of taking down those threats from the sky and not even needing the Barrage. Joshi may save it. Oof,
Provi just cracks me up. Yeah, Provi just cracks me up, man. As a Lucio, just taking out the characters that are above him in the sky, and Team 2K, 5 out of the 6 teammates were absolutely on fire.
Yeah, it's syncing really well. Just kind of a lot of synergy there between this Team 2K team, able to take that first point pretty easily. And again, just a stall coming in from Cubido. Like, happy to eat my words there, able to let his team get back onto the point and able to wrap up Eternity. So, no changes here. You kind of expect to see the Kids game coming out, but they expect Soulless can still take care of Joshi on the Pharah. Now, Saratua on the Moira, though. That could be the difference maker, but still without the Lucio, they won't get to point first.
Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Lucio, get to the point as fast as you can. Establish that positioning. Team 2K is just going to rule this right now, right off the get-go. I mean, that's my perspective, but I'd love to see Eternity prove me wrong.
Already going up there early, trying to contest with that Ferris. The tank's kind of diving up there, and both doing the exact same thing. Nobody falling just yet, but now Saratua falling via Provi, able to get the kill. Ramasu coming in with a good, getting the final kills, or rather getting Copenhagen out of mech. Continuing to clean up, Team 2K should take this first point again.
Yeah, Team 2K looking very good here, and I feel like it's the Lucio. Maybe it's not. I don't quite know why Eternity wasn't running something to get there a little bit faster.
Well, my question, I understand that Fair is a fantastic pick for this map, but Soulless, I guess, hasn't really been outplayed. He's been playing really well on the Fair, but I think he's not able to take care of him as well as he needs to. So, or rather, not able to take out Joshi as well as he needs to, right? And so Josh is still able to get damage in on the rest of Soulless's team before he can take him out of the sky. So I think maybe just concede the Pharah, go hit scan. He played McCree on King's Row. It seemed to really work out well for them. But now 31% of the point gone for Team 2K, and the fight really kind of scrappy right now. No one really able to get into a good position. Ramasu now coming in, able to get off Spook as Ryukin answers with a double pulse bomb. Kills completely swapping either side as Eternity starts to try and build a little percentage on the point. It's going to be a Soulless Rocket Barrage actually on the point there. I think tries to catch a couple, doesn't get the damage, but does take down Provi, and Eternity really starting to build some momentum on the point.
Yeah, Eternity looking very good here. They should be able to take this with ease. Team 2K needs to pull back, regroup a little bit. They're a little staggered, which I fear for them here, because both these teams, they know how to play this game, and they know how to play it well.
Yeah, a little bit of an enthusiastic contention coming in from Team 2K, but decided smartly to sit back and wait for the rest of the team to join them.
Definitely.
Still looking for damage here. Soulless trying to control the bridge side and out. Maybe the superior Pharah. Joshi with a Rocket Barrage, though. We'll see if that comes through. Winky Face looking for the self-destruct, but will get pushed off the edge as he does take fumbles down. And still just ultimates coming out on both sides for these teams. And Eternity trying to earn the rest of their control point percentage, or kind of catch up to the Team 2K percentage as quickly as possible. Ramasu getting the res in 86% now to a Dragon Blade, very close. Able to earn that ultimate and shut down this attack and regain supremacy on the point for Team 2K.
Ooh, unfortunate. Yeah, Team 2K, as you can see, Kobito just kind of jumped off the map, it looked like, from my perspective, or maybe he was picked up. I don't quite know why he fell, but Team 2K making a very good push onto this point, and they're kind of wiping out Eternity left and right.
It is interesting. I'm not seeing Mercy be as big of a priority, and there's a lot of reses coming through. I think it's just good positioning maybe from Fumbles and Nika, but able to get reses on all sides, and I think that's what's kind of delaying these fights. But Team 2K finally able to earn the percentage, or earn the supremacy back on point. They continue building and will usurp the Eternity percentage earned on that last round. Soulless close to a Rocket Barrage for the blue team now attacking. It's just a Rocket Barrage on the other side for Joshi for the current defenders.
Yeah, for sure. I expect to see both of these come out rather quickly. Eternity needs to win this point back. They are down 1-0 on Lijiang Tower, so they really need to capture this point if they want to move forward and not go down 0-2 overall.
Ooh, Soul is able to take down his opposite, and that will give him permission to use the Rocket Barrage. Maybe tried to use it there very close to the ground, got shut down immediately, and now the kill's still going to Wave Eternity, though. Nika, once again, able to get the res on that tank. That's a huge res for them, able to get Winky Faced back into the game, but taken down now. Solus able to drop that D.Va before she got back into mech, so the res wasted, as Solus is now back on his feet, or rather, back in the air, able to get the res from the other side. So, Eternity's still doing well. It's 99% here for Team 2K. They have to continue pushing the point, and they, actually, Josh is trying to use the Rocket Barrage, but now Solus taking him out. Difficult to tell who has the advantage, but Eternity isn't cleaning up the kills as well as they need to.
Yeah, here comes the Dragon Blade coming in by Ramasu, but he's not really picking anybody off here. Very interesting. And now we have a D.Va bomb that's about to explode on point. Doesn't catch anybody, so this point is still up for grabs.
Yeah, it looks like it's Copenhagen Cowboy, though, on the D.Va. Very disadvantaged as the Valkyrie comes through for its Nika. Just to keep everybody up. Winky Face back up once again. Joshi gets a good double with the Helix Rocket and dropping Sara to a Vanilla. And overtime meter threatens to drop down as quickly as possible. Darts back up as one of the Eternity members is able to kind of touch point just a little bit. But still continuing to get the kills. Team 2K likes it to be kill feed red. That will be a cap on Lijiang Tower that go up 2-0 in the semifinals. There's your Lucio play.
I love it. I watched this happen. It was awesome. Dude knows what he's doing on our favorite Brazilian.
That's fantastic positioning from him. I wish we could have seen that boot match, but I didn't render it, so I apologize for those of you watching. But yeah, Provi just showing us how it's done there on Lucio. Cards are going most of the way of Team 2K, and once again, Eternity looking back to the drawing board. We'll pick the third map when we come back. And we are back. Team 2K skating to a victory so far over Eternity eSports with just one map to try and turn it around. No pick yet from Eternity, but I feel like maybe they need to go payload. What are you thinking?
Something different. We've seen control points happen. Whether it's we've seen a hybrid happen already.
Right.
We've already seen a King of the Hill. Both of those involve a control point. Eternity did look pretty good on pushing the payload on King's Row, but their defense wasn't as great. Man, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea.
Well, they need to. I think more. Their biggest issue is not so much the map, right? Is the Pharah that they're having a difficult time shutting down. Like we said, Sol is able to do quite a bit to take down his opposite Pharah, but the kind of damage is already done, right? Like
For sure.
Josh is
Yeah,
just able to get too much damage on the rest of the team before they're able to take out that fair, and I think they just need to make it more of a priority.
Yeah, what was interesting was that Joshi was in the air by himself for most of the match. Like, he wasn't being pocketed, which means that it's a 5 on the ground, 1 in the air. Whereas Eternity, you had Solus in the air along with a Mercy. So you've got 4 on the ground versus 5 on the ground, and you've got Joshi who's just destroying up there, and then he's distracting Solus. Solus is trying to hit him as best as he can, which means that you don't have enough pressure coming down on the ground. It's quite the interesting predicament that both teams were in, and we had to see hit scan come in. I don't know why it wasn't. I'll be honest.
I agree. Well, and it seemed like it switched the work for them on Kings Row. They were kind of able to mitigate that damage once we saw Solus and then Ryukin both switch to hit scan heroes to take down Joshi. And I think it really did benefit them that we didn't see a similar swap in Lijiang. So we'll see what they decide. Actually, there's another hybrid pick. It's going to be Nubani coming out. Interestingly enough, again, the only other map they played this team on week 7 and lost then. But we'll be switching the sides this time. And Eternity will be attacking first, which actually is, that's the exact setup that it was again in week 7. I think they're mirroring this game, and so far it's not panning out for Eternity.
Very interesting. Looks like we do have substitution coming in. Kane coming in for Joshi.
Yeah, and we saw the Kane playing, a bit of a tank player coming in on the hybrid map. And did they run? I think they ran a triple tank at one point, and that may be what they're trying to do again, just take that DPS out and kind of pivot their heroes a little bit. But we know that Kane, I think, can also play a little DPS, so good flexibility, Kane. Availability.
Yeah. Just quickly looking at his profile, he does play a little bit of DPS as well. Actually, he may. Yeah, last season he was mostly Roadhog, and followed by a Soldier, Tracer, and Zarya Orisa. So he definitely has the mixture of both tank and DPS. So you can see these players know how to flex. They do it very well.
Yeah, definitely no doubt about that. That's one of the reasons, again, we like doing these tiers, or the champion tier rather. The change is kind of coming through where it shifts rather. The tiers kind of bring you something different. And that's one of the reasons, again, that we talked about really enjoying the Challenger tier, just because of the competition that just between those teams, the parity is really solid. And Rival tier is always fun with everybody kind of getting in the mix, especially with the teams at the top there, Hogpen, Daddyland, kind of bringing us some solid entertainment. And embodying the pick, make sure we have the readies from both sides, make sure the substitutions are through. I'll be right back. All right. Looks like we are all set, so appreciate your patience. Just a few quick announcements. It'll be Season 4 starting soon. If you want to be a captain for that, the signups are on the website, OWXL.com.
Let's go!
Your rosters shortly thereafter, but looking for some more exciting action in Season 4, we'll be switching officially to the Overwatch Xbox community, OXC, to be more in line with Blizzard's requirements for third-party streamers. But yeah, still it'll be the same level of action. We'll have a streaming for you and all this good stuff.
No doubt.
So yeah, the season's been a lot of fun. I think we've gotten, season 2
awesome.
Was a delight. Able to sort it all, kind of some of those kind of growing pains of a new season. Season 3 is really kind of coming in, and we've had, obviously a few teams drop, but I feel like again, the competition has been really solid, and I've enjoyed casting kind of being a part of it.
Yeah, life happens. That's why teams drop for the reason. A lot of teams here, and it's been a lot of fun to watch and participate in. So I'm excited to continue on wrapping up season 3 with these incredible playoff matches, and then on to season 4 as we start to expand, growing this awesome community out. You guys are fantastic. Thank you everyone for being here and participating. It's been quite a joy. So I look forward to continuing that on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We saw the All-Star game coming up as well after the playoffs, and man, that'll be exciting. All-Star game last season, a lot of fun, and looking for another one this year.
Another one.
Or this season, rather. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, we start to see some of the defense being set up by Team 2K. We've got a Soldier and a Doomfist coming in. I really like the Doomfist pick. I can't wait to see some hot action on the Doomfist. We also have a Genji as well as a Monkey, followed by your Mercy and your Lucio. So looks like maybe I was being trolled a little bit. Winky Face D.Va going back to D.Va. Classic troll maneuver right there. What do you expect from this generation, Sultan? Tell me.
Well, I'm thinking maybe if they... Yeah, there's really no way they would have known those Doomfists out there. So just having a little bit of fun, maybe just mess with us a little bit. But yeah, no Doomfist. A little bit disappointing. We saw some solid Doomfist play earlier in the week in some of the other games, but not in this one just yet. Coming into attack. It is a hit scan now. Kane coming in, maybe to try and deal with a potential Fair on the other side. Nothing just yet. A Solus goes Genji. Get that damage through. The engagement comes in from the far outside. Again, looking to get the damage in. Provi very aware of it. And yeah, Boop coming in. Provi onto fumbles. Winky Face able to get one in as well. Team 2K wrapping up very quickly. Just so you guys are aware, the teams did swap sides. So Team 2K on the left-hand side now. Eternity eSports in the red on the right. And it's going to be the blue team here. 2K wrapping up very easily in this first engagement.
That first boot by Provi, I hope that you're able to capture some of this because Provi is a phenomenal Lucio. Somebody I look up to, perhaps. He is doing a great job zone controlling for his team. And when fumbles goes down so quickly, they lose both speed and healing capability. So you can see Team 2K just sort of dominate Eternity on that first team fight. Now, Eternity, they do need to regroup here and push together as a team. And another boop coming in by Provi. My goodness gracious. Have a day, kid.
Yeah, just, oh my god, and just, oh my goodness. He is on fire, absolutely. Got a couple of that on stream, the last two boosts there, and just kind of a difference maker. Playing Lucio at a kind of a level that most of us don't get to see. I know I'm in Plat here, maybe tasted a touch of Diamond, but I don't really see Lucio play like this a lot, and fun to watch.
Sure, Lucio's my dude. I main him, but my goodness, I can't do half of what Provi does. This is awesome to watch, actually.
He's making a lot of fun here. Still, not a lot of...
Bomb. Does it pick anybody off? Does it pick any? No, it doesn't, but it starts to zone Eternity a little bit, and unfortunately, Provi looks like he was about to get stuck. He was, but he did get out of there. No problem. Winky Face D.Va taking out his counterpart's mech, so we'll see if Eternity can do something here. Ramasu just coming in with a Dragon Blade, slicing and dicing.
Yeah, gets a little low and finally does go down, but able to catch it a couple, and the damage has already been done. It's a tactical visor here from Kane just to clean up his fumbles drops, and Team 2K does not look like budging off this point. Eternity hasn't even remotely threatened to contest it at all, and now actually as Nika falls, though, that could be the engagement that they need to come in here. They do have a couple of ultimates, but a minute 30 on the clock means that the Brilliant Team are making some progress. Soul is coming through with a Dragon Blade, looking to catch a couple, nothing just yet. They're starting to run out of time. A little bit low on health. The Sound Barrier coming through from Provi will keep Team 2K alive on the point. It's going to be a Cubido, Primal Rage just to kind of zone out the rest of this Eternity attack as the self-destruct comes through from Copenhagen Cowboy, not able to catch any and does not get back into mech before falling. So again, they want to have that tank as Team 2K just comprehensively again continues to wrap up Eternity.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
as soon as you say that, like, you must be full from eating your words all night, buddy.
Right?
Because my goodness. Yeah, that Soundbarrier coming in by fumbles was awesome. He provided the defense that his team really, really needed to capture this point and stay on it. So great job by Eternity to sort of focus down the targets, stay on the point, and capture it. Now they have 3 minutes until they need to get to that second point. So let's see if Team 2K has something to say about that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Eating my words again, and Team Eternity rather continuing to prove me wrong. It looked like they were going to be in a tough spot. The DPS coming through here, Solus and Ryukin really wrapping up some of those kills. The rest of the team getting in on the action and able to cap that point. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds. They force the Valkyrie from Nika to try and keep everyone alive on the point for this engagement. The self-destruct coming out from Winky Face, however, will not really won't get anybody. Will zone out the opposite team a little bit. Solus here looks for a little bit of help before using the Dragon Blade, the only ultimate here for Eternity eSports, or rather, I say the Transcendence as well. The Dragon Blade from Mini Ramasu on the other side, and that's the only one that Team 2K has, rather.
Yeah, and Spook, he's going to be having his Angry Monkey ult that's going to come in rather soon. I expect him, he has it now, I expect him to start using it. He's low health, they really need to push this payload a little bit of a distance, and as they've got Team 2K behind them, I think they should really take advantage of it. But Ramasu has something to say about that. Demeching the D.Va, finishing off Copenhagen Cowboy, but Provi just coming in with the sound boop and taking out Solus himself. So lots of hot action happening right now to try to control this payload and push it forward. Yeah,
Provi, they're trying to use the sound barrier, actually gets picked out by Ryukin. That's a huge pick onto that Lucio. They won't have that advantage. And Eternity still looking pretty good here, trying to push the payload. They have numbers on now and really starting to push back the Team 2K defense. This is maybe a different Eternity eSports than we've seen in this game up to this point.
For sure. Eternity looking a lot better. They look more aggressive now than what we've seen them before, and they're starting to focus targets a little bit better than what they were previously. So nice job by Eternity to sort of push this payload. Stay together as a team, guys. Just stay together. Don't go off too far, and you can really push this payload far.
Ooh, and now it's Ryukin just harassing Nika in the back, but tries to use the pulse bomb, does get away. Now getting very low as Kane finds him. Saratu and Solus combining well for Eternity, continue getting the kills onto Team 2K, and they're rolling through the street phase very, very quickly. Now as Winky Face goes out of mech in a tough spot for that D.Va, and it's going to be Team 2K once again retreating as Eternity powers through.
Yeah, Eternity looking very good right now. The Zenyatta is playing such a critical role by getting discords on, and my goodness, Ryukin just taking out 3 right there. Incredible.
Yeah, just cleaning up, and again, Eternity turning it right around, looking very good.
Yeah, Eternity starting to play together. You can tell, it feels like they're playing a different game right now than they were beforehand.
We'll see how, though they finally do have to retreat now, as Team 2K with the shorter respawn is able to kind of galvanize their numbers somewhat. They've got 3 ultimates here, the defenders. They'll have a 4th as Ramasu's very close to a Dragon Blade. Provi Gaming not far away from a sound barrier. For the current attack, though, Eternity looking good with 5 ultimates. Waiting for Copenhagen Cowboy to build that self-destruct, but they've got a lot to work with. And a minute 45 means they still have time to cap this map. We'll see how they engage. Kane for the defenders coming in from behind, looking to find a good spot to pop this pulse bomb.
Nice.
Doesn't find it just yet, but it's already kills going the way of Team 2K. As Cubito's able to grab a couple. Winky Face with the self-destruct takes down Solus. Eternity will retreat once more.
Pull back, guys. Eternity definitely needs to retreat, and they need to stay alive as they retreat. You can see Team 2K is really starting to push in on them as they're trying to stagger them as best as they can to sort of drain this time. Nice job by Team 2K to recognize the stagger and the positioning by Eternity. So Eternity does need to push in here. They've got 5 ults. They've got 5 ults. They need to use them wisely here because Team 2K has 4, and they will answer them rather quickly.
Yeah, Ryukin and Kane kind of back and forth on the tracer, looking for opportunities to plot those pulse bombs in the back. It's going to be a tight spot here. Ryukin uses his, won't kind of come through. Kane has an opportunity, but Solus on the point with the Dragon Blade for Eternity could find a couple. I think that other pulse bomb actually fell flat for Ryukin as well. Now it's going to be the Primal Rage coming through from Cubito, just again trying to zone out Eternity as much as possible, spreading them back. It's going to be a Dragon Blade now coming out here from the Mini Ramasu. We're going to catch a couple and getting the damage through. He's able to find fumbles, looks for another, and may catch a Spook, and actually does. He's able to wrap up that kill. Looking good for Team 2K again. This defense just really relentlessly pushing back Eternity's attack. And what kind of response we saw from Eternity is starting to fizzle out a little bit.
Yeah, not quite sure why they're fizzling out. Well, I take that back. They're fizzling out because they're getting one player is getting picked off too early in a team fight, and not everybody's staying together. So here comes the sound barrier coming in by Fumbles, and they're going to be pushing on this point, trying to stay there. And Solus just taking out both his counterpart on the Genji as well as the Mercy. So nice job by Eternity. They are doing exactly what we just said, staying together as a team to win these team fights. Nice job by Eternity. They're going to be pushing this payload in as far as they can. They have 3 ultimates on their side with a 4th about to eclipse here. Ryukin just taking out Provi, so it's a 5v6 fight that's about to happen.
It could have been intentional here from Eternity. They had a lot of ultimates, forced out quite a few from Team 2K, then engaged with the ones they had. They've been kind of economical about them. Solus now getting the kill on Cupido. It's going to be a self-destruct from Copenhagen Cowboy, actually from both sides. We'll see who connects. Cowboy catching Kane, and Nika able to get Cupido back into the fight means Team 2K, along with the shorter respawn, will have numbers on the point. Going down once more, though, Ryukin able to get the pulse bomb. Cupido falls via the Diva, and the overtime meter threatening to tick down, but it won't matter. They actually are able to complete the map, and that is pretty remarkable from Eternity eSports.
Yeah, as soon as they group together as a team instead of the the Tracer went off by himself. As soon as Tracer goes off by himself and gets picked, it's now a 5v6 fight. That Tracer needed to stay with the rest of the team, and as soon as that happened, they were able to comprehensively push onto that payload, capture that payload, make the picks that they were needing to as a team, stay on it to finally secure that 3rd point.
Yeah, so a very solid round, kind of a slow start for Eternity, but again, once they were able to finally wipe the team on the point, they got stalled a little bit, but able to cap the map. Interesting to note, though, they don't have any time left, and we've already seen an aggressive payload attack from Team 2K on Kings Row. So if they're able to cap this map with time on the clock, the effort from Eternity will be for naught, because they'll be up against the wall again and facing elimination in the playoffs. So still a lot to do, but I think they've done as much as they can up to this point, for this map at least, capping it here, getting all 3, and we'll see what the response is from Team 2K on their attack. So it looks like pretty identical comps.
It does. You know, yeah. we could talk about their comps to set up with, but they're probably going to switch them. Be honest.
You know, you say that, but it looks like pretty standard comps now.
It does. It does. I need to see a Zenyatta come out with the Monkey and the Diva, as Zenyatta was putting in some work.
So it starts to switch to that Zenyatta.
Interesting. Yeah, Sartua was that Zenyatta
in the first round.
Yep. Yep. Those Discords do quite a bit of damage. As everyone can see now, on the defense, we do have a Tracer Genji as your DPS, followed by a Diva and a Winston, as well as a Mercy and a Lucio. On the attack here, it looks like a Doomfist actually is being played. Awesome. Can't wait to see this one. Followed by a Genji and Tracer, a Monkey, as well as your Mercy and Lucio for Team 2K. So you see they have a very aggressive push happening in from the get-go. I like this picks happening right now. And as you can see, Winky Face Diva does just charge up that fist and take it to Tracer. So nice job for that opening team fight.
Yeah, I like the Doomfist play. Winky Face able to get a little bit of damage like DPS is obviously they're want to do. Cupido able to take down Saratoga, and this is already starting to go the way of Team 2K, I think, with those kills. Could be in a tough spot at very early self-destruct as Copenhagen Cowboy takes down 3, and Eternity answers right back.
Holy smokes, Copenhagen Cowboy got his ult so fast. Like, that was incredibly fast in less than a minute from that Diva, and then he was able to clean up and take out 3 of his opposition. So nice job by Copenhagen Cowboy to do and put in all that work.
Yeah, Kane's still trying to contest a little bit, and actually able to maybe earn a little bit of percentage. They're finally able to get Ryukin, Copenhagen Cowboy down as the rest of the team with sort of respawn comes back in to engage. Still, the fight very much on as how it's going to be. Saratoga for Eternity in a tough spot, harassed by this Tracer, but able to get away. Finally does fall. Nika drop via Spook Off. Or rather, the Mercy for the other side. It's a Dragon Blade coming out now from Mini Ramasu, looking to catch a couple. And he's already gotten both supports now. Ooh, what a Dragon Blade here from Ramasu that could very well, but now stuck by Ryukin. And Kill's just going back and forth, but I think Team 2K might have some of this advantage.
Yeah, it looks like they definitely have the numbers advantage. As you can see, Provi just finishing off Copenhagen Cowboy with that nice little boop there by him. So Team 2K looking very good on this defense happening right now. And Kane just cleaning up fumbles. Quite the stagger here.
Yeah, that's a tough stagger for fumbles with the long spawn as they cap that point. And I like the aggressive attack from Kane, just trying to get a little bit of space through. Yeah, Winky Face coming through, getting the other support, stacking started too with the Earth, or what is it, the Meteor Strike, there we go. And again, the kill's going the way of Team 2K as they continue to push the payload very quickly.
Yeah, WikiFace doing a nice job here on the Doomfist. Hopefully everybody's getting a taste of that because just going in ham right now, cleaning up some of these kills and really attacking these tanks aggressively. So nice job here coming in by WinkyFace. And as you can see, Ryukin does take out Provi. Provi's been an absolute asset to Team 2K, but he does get answered by Kobito 4-away on that Winston. So Team 2K really pushing this payload, and I can tell that they're going to be pushing it far as long as they're staggering their opposition.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I really like good Doomfist play solely because it requires a lot of patience to play this hero, just patience that I personally do not have with the cooldown timing.
You're not
right. And it's going to be... Oh, right. God, raging. Sound barrier coming through, just trying to keep everybody up. Provi doing well there. And I think Fomos had one for the other side as well. But now it's a Dragon Blade coming through from Solus, able to catch one on Mika. And looking for another, came back into it. That blade goes down. And Solus able to clean up here for Eternity. I think it might be another retreat from Team 2K. Still 3 ultimates to work with, but 2 for the defenders as well. Actually, it looks like they're still engaging here with the time.
Yeah, Ramsu just pulling out that blade, and he does take out 3. Just ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. Ramsu just answering back whenever their team was a little bit separated. It seemed like, from my perspective, I could be wrong on that, but you know, that Genji just doing a fantastic job for Team 2K.
Yeah, and with a lot of time, it's 2.4 meters away, still contested before they cap this second point, rather. We'll see how long the contention can come through, but now it's a spook off. Primal Rage shuts down very quickly as Team 2K focuses the damage. Still the contention coming through, though. Finally, they will cap this point. And with 4 minutes to complete the map, they're in a pretty good spot here. Ooh, could lose the res, though.
Yeah, Solus coming in with the McCree. I like seeing Solus on McCree. We've seen him play some really nice hit scan, and we saw him play, I believe, McCree on King's Row, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So this should be very exciting to see him make some picks here.
Yeah, he's trying to get damage in. No one's really paying him much attention. He's got the sidelines to make it happen. Tries to get the stun in on Kane. Doesn't quite catch him before that. Tracer uses the recall. Kill swap on either side as it's WinkyFace, Diva out of mech, and Kobito out of mech. Or rather, other way around there. Both tanks down regardless, but Ryukin coming with a double pulse bomb on Nika and Remisu is exactly what Eternity needs to shut down the Team 2K attack.
Yeah, nice job there by Eternity to really pull Team 2K away from that payload and start to stagger them. So they're sort of answering exactly what Team 2K did to them, and that was push in when you need to, stagger the opponent, pull back. As soon as somebody else comes up, stagger them as well. So nice job by Eternity to really put the pressure on here.
Yeah, it's 5 ultimates now for the attackers. Team 2K looking to push through very quickly, but it's 5 ultimates on the other side as well. It's going to be a few coming out here. The Deadeye coming out from Solus may catch a couple, but Remisu actually is able to catch one. Remisu with the Dragon Blade wasn't able to find anyone with his ultimate, so difficult that it's a few ultimates wasted here for Team 2K as they continue this attack. Eternity wrapping them up very quickly, and that's a lot of value lost for Team 2K.
Yeah, tons of value being lost right there with Provi going down so early. I'm not quite sure if his sound barrier did come out or not, but the fact that they don't have that right now is really, really not ideal for them, to put it kindly. So Eternity does have 3 ults still, and I look for them to start using them. There goes 1. Ryukin just taken out 2, 3. Oh my goodness, nice job by Ryukin.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we saw all the ultimates come out for Team 2K, just the Deadeye for Solus. They kind of waited, used those ultimates kind of throughout the fight, and they still have 2 to work with. There's still 2 on the other side, mind you, but still strong play here from Eternity, strong patient defensive play. Team 2K comes in for this next engagement, but I like what I'm seeing from Eternity on this defense.
Yeah, Eternity looking very good. You know, they look like a different team than what we have seen before, but Team 2K does have plenty of time to push this payload in as long as they're sort of comprehensive and together as a team, and they could easily do this. And as you can see, there's a couple picks happening right now for Team 2K, but Eternity just jumping back in there. Here comes a Diva Bomb. Does it catch anybody? Does it catch anybody? It does not, but it starts to zone a little bit, which is doing a fantastic job for them. But now Provi back on that payload, and he's going to try and heal his team as best as he can so they can push this payload to the very end.
Ryukin got the kill on Kane in the backline. Remisu cleaning up regardless. Now it's a good push here from Team 2K. They finish up Eternity and push into the final point. If they're able to do this with time on the clock, they have a chance to attack point A and that could be the game for them going straight to the finals, as they already are up 2-0 in this match. Now with the Dragon Blade, Ramisu looking for an opportunity to pop it here. It's going to be a Deadeye. If the Reflect doesn't come through onto Solus, he's able to pick up Pro V Gaming. That's a big pick for them. Ryukin getting Winky Face Diva out of mech, and yeah, as Ramisu falls, I think that's Eternity once again winning this fight.
Yeah, Eternity looking very good. They did use about 3 ults, it looked like, from my perspective, which from the amount of time that they have left, may have been a little bit premature. Not quite, but only time will tell about this one, as we can see that Team 2K does have 4 ults with that crucial sound barrier that should be coming down anytime.
And they've got quite a few on the way. Cupido less than 10% away. Winky Face about the same boat. They'll have 6 ultimates, and they'll just want to push this payload as aggressively as possible. 15 seconds though, and they need to engage a little more quickly. Here it comes as Nika goes with the Valkyrie. Solus coming through with the Dragon Blade. Is able to catch a couple. Winky Face Diva grabs both supports to the self-destruct, and Team 2K making quick work of this defense.
Yeah, no doubt. Team 2K looking fantastic. Kane coming out with his tack visor. So it looks like they will be able to capture this point here and march it into overtime. But you know what? Ryukin doing the best that he can to stay alive and contest this payload. Eternity really wanting to capture this because they don't want to go down 2-0 with an overtime to decide the next map or the game or the match.
Yeah, definitely would be frustrating. Possibly for the defense coming through, but Eternity won't be able to do it. And it is a complete map capture for Team 2K. Both teams in overtime though, so we'll get to see a few additional rounds here.
You know I like overtime.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, straight overtime. And for Eternity eSports, it's very much back up against the wall because yeah, this is kind of it for them. They got a single minute to get as far as possible and then put up a solid defense before Team 2K comes in and tries to win this game and punch their ticket to the finals.
Yeah, Team 2K doing a nice job there to push that payload in. They did have plenty of time. They had, I believe, over 4 minutes on that second point capture. So for them not to have any time left kind of shows that Eternity had a very good defense going into that last point.
Well, they did, and like we said, definitely a different Eternity, and the way they've been playing, you know, if they're able to get this map, answer one back, we'll see. They could really kind of do what we think might be the impossible, but yeah, that would be fun to watch, and exactly why we like seeing games in this tier. Eternity gets a little bit extra life. Could really have a game in our hands.
Ooh, I do like a good game.
Saying.
Oh, what are you saying? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So on defense here, we do have what we saw previously, right? We've got the Genji and Soldier, followed by the Diva Winston, as well as your Mercy Lucio. Now on the attack, we're seeing exactly the same comps on both sides of the team. So should be very interesting to see who bests the other.
That will be a difference here. Kane on the Soldier, Ryukin on the Tracer. We'll see if that can be the difference maker there. We've got the hit scan for Kane, able to control that high ground, but Ryukin causing problems in the back. Kane getting jumped very quickly here. Half health, drops the biotic field. Solus goes in for the attack. Eternity still attacking well. The defense holding strongly for Team 2K. No kills going down. Nobody wants to drop too quickly, but now as Spook falls, it could be dire for Eternity. Pro V Gaming getting the boop on a Saratu, Kobe and Cowboy out of mech, and it's starting to look a little rough here as Team 2K cleans up.
Another Diva bomb. Winky Face is just insane. Getting these Diva ults so quickly and zoning out the best that they can. Definitely Team 2K holding this defense. Nice job by them.
Yeah, smart move by Cupido here with the Primal Rage, looking to push back Eternity well into their spawn so they can't even get onto it. But now the overtime does break out. Remisu here with a Dragon Blade looks to use it as the fight starts to engage. Just waiting for the opportunity. Here it comes and looking for those tanks, but actually will try and pick Fumbles up first. He gets the sound barrier off regardless, and that'll keep Eternity back on their feet. Solus here with a Dragon Blade of his own, but a sound barrier for Pro V Gaming will once again keep the defender strong. Winky Face and Cupido getting in the feed. Kane with the tactical visor grabs that pilot as she drops out of mech, and the overtime meter slowly drifts down. No points earned. Is Eternity at drop at round 3. Team 2K look to win the game here and make it to the finals. Yeah, so Eternity looking to channel their early point C defense here to shut down Team 2K and force the draw and the 4th map. But Team 2K in pole position here to get to the finals after adopting the 0-5 record and just getting the 4th seed here in the playoffs.
Pretty impressive if you ask me. That means that they have a lot of chemistry and that they're playing very well together.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Fun to watch this team play. And again, they've beaten Eternity eSports before on 2 hybrid maps in week 7, and then one on King's Row. So this is the fourth time these teams have faced each other on a hybrid, and Team 2K looking to make it 4-0.
Yeah, but don't count Eternity out. They're here for a reason. They're a great team. They've been playing very well all season. Let's see if they can make this push and force it into the next map.
Well, you bring up a very, very good point because
word.
Eternity has obviously been here since week 1, gone 5-3, and played very well to beat quite a few teams.
Yeah.
Very fun team to watch, fun team that, just kind of see the way that they come into their games and the strats they come out with. So you're exactly right. Don't count them out yet. You saw flashes of kind of dominance throughout their defensive effort here on Numbani. So we'll see if they can, come back. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it too. However, Team 2K will have something to say about what we want to see, as that would be a lot more Overwatch. They want to close this out rather quickly.
Yeah, looking to do it quickly. It's indeed as Kane jumping on the point with very low health will recall and kind of get that back, but now it doesn't have that ability. It's just a tick they need to cap the point, but as Spook is able to get the kill on Ramasu, it could kind of be an advantage for the defenders. Yeah, Spook getting another kill on Provi, and I like what I'm seeing from this Winston right now.
Oh yeah, nice job being played by Spook, and Solus just taking out the Diva Mech as well as Winky Face. So nice job by Solus and cleaning up that Tracer as well. Great defense coming in by Eternity.
And now 14 seconds, 1 engagement left for Team 2K. Looking to cap just the first point. Punch their ticket to the finals, but not if Eternity have anything to say about it. Trying to force the draw and this fourth map. Now an engagement coming in from Kibito. Distracting a little bit. No ult earned just yet, but it's going to be a quick Winky-faced Diva Bomb once again.
Clearly.
Doesn't quite connect. They're trying to zone out a couple. It's Solus now with the Deadeye. Will drop. Does get Kane. Ramasu able to clean him up. Difficult to tell who has the advantage. Kane with that pulse bomb was not able to use it. It's difficult to drop with the ultimate
big res
in your pocket. Nika in the middle of the madness, able to get the res off on Kane. Back in the fight, as Surge was able to get another one of Solus as well. Good pulse bomb. Both Divas now out of mech. It's difficult to tell who really has the advantage with Ramasu with a Dragon Blade here, looking to get a couple. And I think Will is able to pick up Solus.
Yeah, nice job by the Dragon Blade. Provi just trying to stay alive as best he can on the point, showing us how to play some top tier Lucio, but Fumbles, his counterpart, is doing a fantastic job himself. Provi looks like he's going to get picked off, and there goes the overtime marker. So we have a draw, folks.
Oh, Kibito with the Primal Rage had a Mercy on, just could not stay on point long enough. Yeah,
dang.
There goes the draw.
Oh,
the boobs.
I bet it's a couple of boobs. Right at the beginning. What do you think?
I think it probably is a couple boobs.
Boop.
I think this is the devil one here. He gets a couple just floating around that edge, waiting for those cooldowns, causing some damage, looking for an opportunity, and kind of baited, I think, Copenhagen into charging him there and got that boob as well. So, smart play. But again, all the play for here, Eternity looking for the path back. Could very well do it. We'll see what their map pick is when we come back. So a draw will delay the result of this match. We have one more, or maybe minimum one more game coming up for you. Obviously, I guess it could be maximum 3 more games if Eternity is able to win these final 2 and force a tie-breaking 5th, I guess 6th map in this case, now that we have the draw in Bonnie. But interesting to see here now that, because they did lose the hybrid on King's Row, but they were able to earn the drawback on Bonnie. I wonder if they may go control point here. We haven't got the map picked from them just yet, but we'll see what they say. Looks like it actually will be Volskaya coming out. That's an interesting 2CP pick and one we've not seen yet, so I like that decision from them. Could be what they need to get back into this game. Briggs will be back shortly. He was with me here a second ago, but I had to step out for a second, so I'll be with you here. We'll see if we see any Sombra play. Obviously, the changes coming in for that Sombra, a lot of fun. And again, the you think with the Overwatch League can't incorporate or doesn't incorporate those changes immediately. We don't have control over that, so those are immediately in. We usually wait for new heroes and maps for the comp schedule, but not able to do too much about hero nerfs and buffs. So I could see some Sombra changes. Volskaya, good map for it. Well, looks like we'll get maybe some subs coming in from either side. So give us just 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Alright, we have Raging back here with us. Sorry guys, I mean the spooky if that came a little loud. But Raging, the pick, Volskaya. What do you think, man?
I like Volskaya. I think this is going to be a very interesting pick. Eternity looked pretty good here on the defense from Team 2K. Now, that was a payload, but we've seen their defense be pretty good before. So let's see how this one comes out for Eternity.
Well, and
kind
again,
of surprised we haven't seen a payload, though, like a pure payload map.
I'm kind of surprised too. Yeah. Generally, they are a little more popular. The 2CPs tend to be ones that people don't like, maybe trying to catch Team 2K off guard here. Now, they will be swapping sides again, so Team 2K, like they did on King's Row, will be attacking first. So we'll see how that plays into it. Eternity looking to defend first. And I was kind of mentioning before you got back a little bit of the Sombra play that we could see coming through with the recent changes.
We've seen some hot Sombra play this week already. I'd love to see some more.
Just make sure we have everybody all sorts of sorted.
Sorted.
Alright. I think they should be all set. There actually is another playoff game. It's supposed to be after this one, but I think they may already be ready to go from the Rivals here. If that game is happening, I'll try and get that information to you as quickly as possible. But we'll see here. Actually, there's going to be some changes coming through. Joshi coming in for Winky Face Diva. Interesting pick. We saw how quickly Winky Faced on the defense for Team 2K was able to earn those self-destructs.
Yeah, pretty impressive if you ask me. Yeah, it was crazy fast. Nice job by them.
Looks like they are swapping. I think everybody is ready to go. I think we're ready to get to Volskaya.
Nope. 66 is his final choice.
Ooh, late change.
Payload.
So we'll switch you out here.
Okay. Okay.
I like the pick of the end. We were just talking about wanting to see some payload maps, so I'm okay with the switch. I mean, obviously not from an entertainment perspective. They can pick whatever they want, but I'm about it. No complaints from me. So yeah, I apologize for that, guys, but yeah, we'll get you into Route 66. Yeah, interesting pick here, and payload maps. But you know what? It's interesting to note. Could be a another Pharah battle here, at least until the third point, should we get that far. Pharah played a big part on the Lijiang map. I think that's kind of what tipped Team 2K's favor. So they'll have to be conscientious of that possibility. Oh, there we go. Appreciate your patience, guys. Trying to get all these maps set up appropriately. No, I'm talking to our, viewers out there.
Yeah, I'm saying thanks to them too. Come on, bro.
No.
Shma.
Ugh.
I'm also thanking you.
Did they make any additional swaps after that?
Not that I saw.
I do like Route 66. Gotta be right up there. If you've watched the streams, you know that.
If you know Beats by Lucio, if you know Salt and Pepper, or Raging Bull, you know Route 66. All right.
Right. Route 66. This very well could be the last match or the beginning of the comeback from Eternity Esports. Just to recap, if you're just now joining us, it was a Team 2K victory on Kings Row and on Lijiang Tower, coming out strong on both of those maps before the draw on Numbani. To continue, Eternity Esports gets the pick here now on Route 66 and looking to come back and get a little something on the board. But Team 2K looks strong. We've seen a little bit of resurgence here from Eternity, but again, yeah, Team 2K looking pretty good so far. Is a Sombra coming out here from Ryukin on the defense for Eternity. We'll see if that's a difference maker for them. Mostly an identical comp, just Ryukin kind of flexing on that DPS side. And I like the Sombra play here.
Yeah, big fan of seeing the Sombra come out here. They can sort of control these health packs, which are very critical on Route 66. So nice seeing that come out. We'll see how well he does on that.
Yeah, able to get a little bit of damage in recalls, 40% to that EMP that will be incredibly helpful for them. Is the defense holding on top of Big Girls as the attack comes around the corner. And again, getting in behind, looking to get essential hacks and just recalling to that translocator. I like the movement there. Provi Gaming already getting a boop onto Spook and picking up where he left off there on Numbani. It's going to be Copenhagen Cowboy going out of mech and Eternity in a tough spot without that tank. They lose there at Mercy as well. And Team 2K continues their attack.
Yeah, they are just chipping away here at Eternity. Team 2K looking very good here. Eternity really needs to pull back. That Genji is all alone. If they were to push him, that'd be quite the stagger, and they do. Ramessu doing exactly what I was thinking he would do. Start pushing Solus, but Solus does get revived by his Mercy. So big plays happening right now. Ramessu coming out with that Dragon Strike, taking out that Mercy, rather critical, and that Winston, and demeching the D.Va. My goodness gracious, Ramessu, have a day.
Well, yeah, and they kind of baited that out a little bit. They were able to get the res in onto Solus, but Zara2 in a tough spot after the team was engaging. Ramessu took advantage, had the blade, and made them pay in a tight spot. And now they'll cap this first point, 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock, as Team 2K, actually it's contested. They quite have it just yet, right? We can try to stall as long as possible. It won't matter for them, though. They're able to cap it here and now have the 4:55 from the additional time. Just a couple ultimates for the attack, or just a one, rather, a few on the way. Cupido with the Earth Shatter came very close to a Tactical Visor. Solus, though, for the defenders, looking for an opportunity to use a Dragon Blade of his own and wait for the rest of his team to get a few ultimates as well.
Yeah, Ryukin switching off of that Sombra and onto that Soldier. So we'll see that him continue to play DPS. I do like this switch, preferably because the health packs are a little bit more spaced out here on the second point. So nice heads up play. And here comes a big smash coming in by four-way, and unfortunately does catch the D.Va, but no follow-up. So Ramessu taking out Copenhagen Cowboy, demeching that D.Va. Fumbles coming in with that sound barrier to provide defense for the rest of his team. Does pick off Provi. Ramessu taking out that D.Va as well. So lots of hot action here happening on the, near or on this point right now.
Yeah, still relatively short respawn here for the attackers. They continue to push, but it's going to be now a Tactical Visor coming in from Kane, looking to get a little bit of damage. Ramessu again with the Dragon Blade, looking to catch a couple. And Team 2K really fighting back, trying to push them into their spawn area a little bit. But now as Provi gets the kill and Zara2, I think the team in red may be able to continue pushing forward.
Yeah, the team in red, Team 2K, looking very good. Provi just cleaning up on that Mercy. Nice job by him. Now, they're going to have to zone out the top of this spawn point if they really want to make sure that they are controlling Eternity eSports right now. So, looks like Eternity are able to push ahead. Cupido just sort of swinging away as that Reinhardt. Not many picks happening right now, but Joshi just cleaning up, trying to take and demech that D.Va. Nice job.
Ryukin with the Tactical Visor, able to get the damage in on Nika, and Spookov finishes them off. Copenhagen Cowboy getting kills for Eternity. They finally start to shut down the attack from Team 2K. It's once again Ryukin on fire now, picks up the Zarya, Joshi falling, and with 3 minutes on the clock, Team 2K will have to retreat.
Positioning. Looked like Ryukin was behind all of Team 2K, so it was a nice job by him to help out his teammate, clean them up, and stop this payload from going so fast.
It is a switch onto Tracer for Kane, not wanting to contest with the Soldier and think that maybe the advantage they need. It's going to be another Dragon Blade for Ramessu, looking for a little bit of damage, hasn't found it just yet, and it's this just evasive Zara2 able to get away before Copenhagen Cowboy takes advantage of that. Genji a little bit exposed in the air, and a good swap, good ultimate there from that D.Va. Solus with the Dragon Blade will look to use it as well in behind the attackers.
Oh man!
Can't follow up though.
No, he can't. He was killed in the process. The Reinhardt was killed in the process of him charging onto that Winston and killing him. Nice job and heads up play happening there by Eternity to sort of stop that from occurring.
Ooh, and just a lot of great plays on either side. It's no ultimates remaining for Team 2K. They'll have to work to rebuild. Actually, I'd say that they'll have 2 support ultimates for this next fight. Just a couple ultimates here for the defenders, but it's, again, looking really good for Eternity. They gave up that first point very quickly, made the appropriate adjustment off the Sombra, and they're holding Team 2K well so far, but as the next engagement breaks out, it's Ramessu for Team 2K taking down Zara2 early, and that is the priority kill they need to continue pushing the payload. For
sure. Nice job by him. Now it's a 5v6 fight with a support that is missing from Eternity, but Spook has something to say about that. He went angry and just started slapping folks around. Unfortunately, he doesn't pick off anybody, but does stall. Fumbles coming in with that sound barrier. Interesting. He does clean up on Cupido and does boop him to secure that kill. Solus coming in with the Dragon Blade, taking out that Mercy. His counterpart Ramessu taking out Ryukin. So lots of picks happening right now to control this point and push this payload further.
Yeah, Dragon Blade's coming out all over the place. Ramessu not quite able to get as much out of it, but finds a few supports regardless. Solus was able to take down Nika, who's just fighting for her life, and now not able to get the resin as Zara2 falls. It's starting to look like Team 2K is wrapping up the kills, but I do like the delay we've seen from Eternity, and I'm starting to look a little bit stronger, but I think Team 2K will start running them down, and I expect them to cap this next point.
This stagger that Team 2K is doing is fantastic. They keep doing this over and over and over. one would think that that Eternity would start learning that they shouldn't be going alone, or they should be jumping off of the map, or they should be doing something else so that they're not staggered as much, and that ult charge going to Team 2K. So we'll see if they can kind of clean this up a little bit.
Yeah, and also getting kind of collapsed on from a couple different sides. Cupido in the back here as the damage is coming in from Remisu from the front. So Team 2K really trying zoning out the rest of these members. They finally do focus down and take down Cupido, but Provi able to get a good move on the Spook. And that other win, so Cupido back up for Team 2K, so still bolstered on the point. It's going to be a sound barrier, though, coming out from Fumbles, just trying to keep the defenders alive. It's a soulless Dragon Blade once more, trying to find the defenders in the back, and Nika falls Blaster in hand once more. But the feed's still going red for Team 2K as Kane grabs a good double. Joshy has another one on Fumbles.
Really do not like that sound barrier coming in by Fumbles. It was a 6v4 fight. He had no business using that sound barrier unless he was going to switch off, which you don't really want to do as a Lucio here at this point because the speed and the heal really help. So not quite sure why that sound barrier came out, but it did. So be it. Copenhagen Cowboy will be having that Diva Bomb coming in as well as Spook with the Angry Winston. So we'll see if Eternity can sort of slow down the push happening by Team 2K.
It's an interesting pulse bomb there from, I think that was Kane trying to get a little bit of damage in, but Solus wrapped up that Tracer very easily. But now it's a switch onto May from Kane. Another Dragon Blade from Remus who finds Sara 2, or at least gets the damage in from Provi to clean up. And again, able to pick up Fumbles. The support's down once more for Eternity, and that has kind of been their issue, I think, in these later fights.
Yeah, for sure. And you can tell Eternity just is getting staggered over and over and over. Team 2K doing a fantastic job eating up the feed that's happening right now, as you can see in the top right of your feed.
Yeah, and again, just using ultimates well. Josh here with another self-destruct. Nika with the Valkyrie looking to continue pushing this through. 17 seconds though, so it's been a good delay here from Eternity. They'll look to get Team 2K, if they do cap this, to do it well into overtime. 10 seconds now, and as much as we've said that Team 2K has been attacking well, which they have, Eternity has eaten quite a bit of time, especially in that center section, and they continue this contention.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Team Eternity has done a fantastic job sort of trying to stagger and kill as much time as they can. There's some ult choices that were questionable to me, but you know what? When it's all said and done, overall they've done a pretty good job here holding down Team 2K as they're trying to make this final push.
Oh, Remisu with yet another Dragon Blade looking for SR2 in the back, will find that Mercy, and again looking to get the damage in through. I think that, yeah, now in overtime, Eternity, job done to some extent. They're still looking to push off these attackers. They've got a few ultimates to work with, those Solus with the data. He's been hanging on to it for a little bit and may use it here once that shield breaks. Finds a good opportunity. Eyes huge. He's able to pick up Provi Gaming. I think that's a strong pick as Provi was right about to use the sound barrier. That was fantastic. Pick off there. The Deadeye coming through in the clutch for Solus, but it's still Team 2K continuing to push. Trying to stall as long as possible. The res coming through again in the middle of the chaos. Spook able to get back up into the fight, and that is astonishing. How many res is Provi coming back to? How many res these Mercies are able to get off when there's all this action on the point?
Yeah, you know, it's all about positioning and it's about team awareness. As long as the team can protect the Mercy can do what she wants to do. And that's what we're starting to see here is that both of these Mercies on both sides, when both are being played, they have got some good positioning to make these reses happen. Now, Team 2K is making this final push onto the last point there. It looks like they are just staggering Team 2K, or I'm sorry, Eternity. Eternity probably will not be able to force them off of this payload anytime soon.
It does look like they have the numbers, but it's Fumbles on the Lucio being as pesky as possible. Ramisu now coming through again with another Dragon Blade, picks up Fumbles and Ryukin, the two of the stall heroes on the point. They continue to try and clean up 0.71 meters away, and Team 2K just looking for that last little bit. There they'll find a 25-player kill streak for Ramisu at the end of the game.
My
and 3 points for
gracious.
Team 2K. Oh, man.
Hot Genji play.
Indeed, I did like the again the delay from Eternity. I think could come in to play and be the difference maker for them if they're able to come through with a very aggressive attack, like we saw kind of flashes of on Numbani, right? So important for them to get through this map as quickly as possible, have some time to work with going into this next section, and take a map back in the semifinal.
Definitely, I'd like to really see Eternity sort of stay together as a team and use their ults a little bit wiser. Seen a couple that are happening whenever their team is staggered or whenever it's a fight that's clearly been lost and they could have regrouped. So they can overcome this. This is for the match to push it into the next map.
And again, like we saw on Numbani with Eternity's initial attack, completing the map here means Team 2K has done everything they can up to this point. looking to defend well. No Sombra yet coming out for the defenders. They may not have a natural Sombra player, but now Cubito, sorry. On the Orisa now, a switch we've not seen yet, bit of a ball and chain combo with Kane on the Roadhog. I like it. Remisu again, just about to try and go off on this Genji. We've seen so regularly. Ryukin, the only one yet undecided for the attackers. Pretty standard comp coming out from Eternity. And, if I'm being honest, I guess with Josh Yelly, hit scan, it could be difficult, but it would have been nice to see Solus try the Pharah.
Completely agree. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yep. But Team 2K is too smart. They've got that hit scan.
And even Orisa's can be difficult for this Pharah sometimes, especially when you prioritize your targets. But now, as the attack comes out, Solus did not go Pharah. Very smart. Maybe expecting the hit scan from the defenders.
Now, Provi started to push up a little bit, just kind of staying above his opposition, riding that wall, looking for any boot potential or just sort of chip away damage that he can. And the rest of Team 2K just sort of regroups it back onto Big Earls. Ryukin just going in, but doesn't really get any picks, does start to put a little pressure. Now we have a Winston and a Diva jumping up top to sort of discombobulate Team 2K. Let's see if Eternity can sort of keep this going.
Well, and it's nice that Team 2K kind of has Provi and Lucio gave them a little bit of flexibility to play in kind of atypical positions, but definitely a Lucio at, with a skill level to understand where he can be and where he needs to get back to the team. As the fight starts to break out, Team 2K getting the kills, a few going the other direction for Eternity in blue, but Team 2K still looks like they're wrapping up a little bit. Hard to say who has too much of the advantage, but I think it will be the defenders cleaning up, and a scattered Eternity may retreat just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, and you can see Team 2K starting to come back, and luckily for them, nobody got picked off, as they would have been pretty staggered there, would not have gone their way. Now, Ryukin does throw that pulse bomb onto Joshi. That's a very big pick, and cleaning up that Mercy. This should absolutely go Eternity's way right now. It's a 4v6 fight. They're looking really good, and they should be able to push this payload in.
Yeah, and it was a Dragon Blade from Solus. Didn't quite land, but was able to zone out a couple, getting in front of Kane while he uses this whole hog. Used the reflect, but smart from Kane to turn around, avoid that reflect, and get the damage onto Copenhagen. Takes a breather, but still in a very low spot. Tough to deal with a lot of that damage. And now as a... actually, there's two ultimates. It's going to be the Dragon Blade and the Tactical Visor coming out as a last-ditch effort from Team 2K, and what looked like an Eternity cap now may be a little bit more of a difficult... ask for them. The payload stopped in its tracks as Team 2K uses a couple ultimates late there to force the attackers back.
It was a 4v6 fight without a Mercy, and they were able to take it. Nice job by Team 2K.
It's a supercharge for Cubito. And Provi with the sound barrier, fumbles with one of his own. A lot of ultimates for the attackers, and they'll have to be smart about that. They'll have the pulse bomb from Ryukin here in a second. There it is, looking for an opportunity to take down that Roadhog and take a breather with the damage buff. Will absorb a lot of that, but able to clean up regardless, and that may be the initiation that Eternity needs. Trying to get that res through, and again, Nika in the middle of the damage, able to get that res off, and it's astonishing. Ryukin getting, Kane actually getting that Tracer back for the damage as the Primal Rage comes out. The ultimates on every side again, 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, and it's going to be Eternity still looking to capture this point.
Yeah, Joshi looking fantastic there. He does pop that Tactical Visor and picks off too, both that Diva and the Mercy. Nice job by him. Now Team 2K is really holding on to this point. You can tell that they want a piece of that opportunity to get to the championship here. Looks like they could do it here if they hold up this defense.
Yeah, the Eternity now with no ultimates, and Ryukin the only one close with less than a minute to attack A. It's a couple ultimates and a few more building for the defenders Team 2K, including another Dragon Blade that we've seen so frequently to the Remisu. Kane now using the whole hog, I believe, trying to zone out a few more people. Doesn't get any kills, but again, just trying to zone them out. Maybe just push them back away from the payload. Maybe could have had a little bit more time, but could earn it still here regardless. Able to get the pick onto Fumbles, another one here, and finds Spook in a tough spot as the kills start to go the way of Team 2K. Rams were able to use the Dragon Blade to pick up Saratua as Copenhagen Cowboy drops out of mech. They've got 20 seconds, Rachel.
They've got 20 seconds. They need to get back to this point ASAP. They have nothing. They've got no ults to work with, and Team 2K is on fire. Like, they're just doing a great job here. Maybe they can touch this point. Maybe not. Not quite sure what's about to happen in 10 seconds.
Solus could get into a good position, very low on health, but has a Dragon Blade.
Point.
We'll try and use it. Goes for Provi on the top, but 1 second left. We'll go back directly to the point. The rest of the team comes to join him. This very well could be the last fight, but a double kill from Solus means they could be in a very good position. They have the advantage. Can they clean up? They also have a shorter response. You'd like to see them be able to get into this. Kane, again, very conscientious of the Soulless Reflect, turns away from that blade and is able to stay up for a little bit longer before Ryukin finally does take him down. Eternity continuing this push. The payload starting to move forward as Provy's still the only one left there, just dodging away on the Lucio. Make him down for a last-second contest, but maybe not. Will fall late, gets staggered. Ramisu, I believe, is staggered as well, but it's a good cap for Eternity. 2 minutes and 24 seconds right there at the death. But where there's a will, there's a way, and continuing to push the payload.
Yeah, great job by Eternity there, too. I feel like they just had an adrenaline rush because they all played together and they all captured that payload together. Stay together, guys. Stay together. That's how you win the game. So let's see if Eternity can sort of make this comprehensive push again and get the kills that they need.
Now we see an aggressive attack coming out from Eternity. Spookov able to take down Kobito, but now dropping as Kane's able to grab him. Solace answering the one the other way, and it may start going the way of Eternity here, just creating space for the payload to push in behind them, and it's going to be another retreat from Team 2K.
Oh, and there comes the res. So now Team 2K does have all their players there at that fight. Kane taking out Solace so early there. Eternity will be down one man, so now it's a 5v6 fight happening for Team 2K. Here comes the sound barrier, hoping to protect the team, but is answered by Provy. So both Lucios throwing down the sound barrier to help out both their teams, but unfortunately, Eternity is getting pushed back and pushed back hard.
I think they may have tried to bait out a few ultimates there. They still have
Definitely.
5, and the fumble sound barrier could have just been, I don't think there's really ultimates used. It could have been maybe the something coming out from Team 2K, but may have just used that just to pretend that they were engaging and forced out those ultimates. They've got 5 now, and it's only just the 1 plus Nika kind of close to a Valkyrie for the other side. This really, on paper, looks like Eternity's about to roll Team 2K in this next fight.
Yeah, Eternity looking good here. Hopefully they can keep it up if they want to survive and go to the next map, or even just the next point if we think in short term. So Solace taking out Joshi, but Joshi getting rezzed by Nicola. I can't say enough about these Mercies. These Mercies are just showing how to do it right now when everybody thought she was dead. Nice job by Eternity sort of pushing. They're making the plays that's happening. Joshi does take out that Mercy, so this fight could go anybody's way.
I really like the res here. Spook able to get there, and it was Saratua in a good position. As a Mercy main, it's so difficult to see or to find opportunity to get those good reses, and often I'll try and go in the middle of the fights or just get melted immediately. But finding good opportunities to get into a good position and find the reses. Spook off was down, got the res off on him, and then used Primal Rage to zone out the rest of Team 2K. And now, even though they're going into the last 10 seconds of this engagement, they've got more opportunities to cap at this point. It's going to be a self-destruct coming in just to plug up that attacking kind of entryway, but nothing quite connecting. This very well could be the last fight of the game if Team 2K can wrap up the rest of Eternity. Eternity, like they did on the first point, looking to wrap up in overtime, getting the kills as Ryukin and Solace both get a couple in the feed. Nika able to get Kane back on his feet, but still Eternity continues to push. Overtime meter threatening to drop as quickly as possible. Not a lot of ultimates for either side. The only one there for Kane, but he's already down. Ryukin with a pulse bomb looking to just shut down the rest of the Eternity or Team 2K defense, but they're not giving up anything just yet. Solace with a fantastic double on Ramisu, and Nika will give them maybe a little bit more space. Ryukin with another kill there. They continue pushing the payload, and that is a cap on B.
I swear, Eternity wants to live on the ropes here in this brawl. They are just going back and forth, back and forth. You know, it looks like Eternity's down. It looks like they're out, but no, they come back with a vengeance and start swinging left, right, and center. Nice job by Eternity to capture the second point. They only have 1 minute and 15 seconds to capture this third point. They need to do this to force overtime if they want the chance to go to the finals. Eternity, what are you going to do?
Oof. Just backs up against the wall here, but I will say Kane switch over to the Mei. Joshi now with the tactical visor. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fantastic pulse bomb from Ryukin. But if Joshi's able to get this tactical visor off, we may see him switch to a tank, because now they're solo tanking Kobito, and that is not the tank you want to have in there. But still getting the kills, Eternity Spook able to take down Nika, and that's a significant pick for them because those reses have been essential for both sides. Still ultimates building for Eternity though. They've got quite a few up around 90 to 100%, and this next fight is going to be really exciting. 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds. What's going to happen? That a sound barrier that just came out? I believe it was. Provy just sort of providing defense for the rest of his team. Solus just taking out Joshi there with attack visor, as well as that Mercy. Fantastic job. Here comes Spook. There goes Solus, taking out the third person. What's going to happen, Sultan? Is Team 2K going to hold this defense, or is Eternity going to push it in?
Well, I'm not sure. It was a clutch blizzard coming out from Kane, just kind of stopped Eternity in their tracks as the Dragon came out from Ramisu, but it won't matter. Round 2 completes, 1 minute 10 on the clock, and Eternity looking very good on Route 66.
Very, very good.
Minute 10 on the clock.
Ooh,
A lot of room to work with here. It's
how
going to
much?
be a minute for Team 2K. Oof. And what a game. Man, wouldn't you like to see Eternity come back from the death to draw on Nubani, their ignition to get through into the finals? They got a lot to play for. And definitely want a little bit of vengeance on Team 2K after dropping to them 2-0 in Week 7. Trying to answer back here.
That would be pretty crazy. Hot action happening here on a Friday night tonight. Pretty awesome, man. Pretty good way to start the weekend, if you ask me.
Absolutely. Some nice competitive Overwatch. It's been a really solid game so far.
For sure. Been a solid week when it comes to Overwatch gameplay for OWXL.
Makes you want to dance.
Oh, I'm dancing right now. You can't see me.
Yeah, it's going to be maybe a Sombra now coming out for Mini Ramasu. Interesting pick here for the attackers. Actually, no, switching off. No Sombra play. Maybe worried about the Sombra on the other side. They wouldn't have those health packs. That could be a difficult waste of time with only a minute on the clock. It's going to be a... Oh, maybe it is a Sombra coming out.
Oh.
Ooh, I like it. Trying to earn the EMP quickly.
Oh, very interesting.
Not even worrying just yet about that hallway health pack. Maybe seeing... Oh, yeah, there it is. Obviously, no Sombra on the other side means Mini Ramasu will have that space to be able to work. Feeding off those health packs, looking to get that EMP built quickly.
Yeah,
obviously
as you
not.
can see, Team 2K Team 2K just doing the best that they can to sort of push this payload. Now, Eternity has something to say about that, right? They're just jumping on. Solus staying up top with that soldier, trying to gain that ult as fast as he can to help out his team. A couple picks happening right now as Kane does kill Copenhagen. Solus taking out that Mercy, Ramasu taking out the Winston, and lots of hot action happening right now. Great job by Eternity to have this defense up.
Oh, a rare misplaced res for Saratua. Kane the only one not to fall for Team 2K, and that Mercy thought there was an opportunity to get the res off. Not so. Kane going in, getting the kill on the Mercy. Fumbles dropping as well means Team 2K have a lifeline in this fight. They switch to the Reinhardt, or rather the Reinhardt from Cubito, very close to a shadow, and now Ramasu with the EMP looking for an opportunity to shut down the defense from Eternity. A cap here on A would be huge for Team 2K, looking to get into the finals and shut down this Eternity defense, who's trying to get a little bit of life back into this game.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good here, but there is an EMP that's waiting in the midst. Can't wait to see. And there it goes. Nice EMP happening right there for Team 2K. Big Shatter coming in. Unfortunately, doesn't really connect with anybody. Looks like Team 2K will be marching this in for that first point. Yeah,
it's Solus and a distance R2, just damage boosting him as much as possible, but they're unable to contest the payload at all. They definitely don't want to stagger themselves, retreating a little bit here, and that's a huge cap for Team 2K on Route 66. In overtime, they have to stay directly on the payload for Pro V Gaming, proving that he is a respectable Lucio, very solid Lucio here with a sound barrier, looking to stay on as much as possible, stick to this payload like glue.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
He tried that and push back there.
Yeah, there goes the Zarya ult coming in there. Ryukin pulse bombing that Zarya. So looks like Eternity really trying to make a push here, but Pro V just throwing down the sound barrier to protect the rest of his team. Unfortunately, looks like a couple picks are happening for Team 2K, which does take Eternity out of this defense. But there goes Copenhagen Cowboy, taking out both the Mercy as well as the Soldier 76. Nice job by him. Copita taking out the counterpart Mercy. Looks like Eternity will hold this defense here, unless I'm about to eat my words again.
It looked very strong for Team 2K. It started going their direction, but then...
really did.
Yeah, Eternity able to wrap it back up, and while they did cap the point, they only just capped the point, so... A little bit of extra time here for Eternity. We'll see if that's enough for them to push through and win this game. Ooh, lot to play for here, and just on a knife's edge of this game, with Team 2K on the cusp now for the second match to get into the playoffs, or rather the finals. And Eternity looking to gum up the works and maybe slip in at the death.
I think Team 2K can taste it. I think Eternity wants to throw a little salt on that best as they can so they can continue marching forward, hopefully making a comeback for the storybooks.
You know what? Really, Team 2K just needs to close out, right? Had an opportunity to do that on Nubani. Couldn't quite. Had a lot of time going into C. It was like 4 minutes or something, and a strong defense from Eternity shut them out. They were able to cap, but it went to multiple rounds. Then we got the draw. So Eternity maybe building some momentum here if they're able to continue a strong attack, right?
Yeah, for sure. Now, Team 2K has something to say about that. They want to shut them down as best as they can. This should be very interesting comps that we have on both sides.
You know what I see, though?
I really like this.
Yeah, so let's go with the fair. No hit scan for Team 2K, and that could be their downfall, but we'll see how it plays out. They were able to deal
Triple tank on defense, though. Love it.
Yeah, we got to see how these teams engage each other. Definitely a kind of a new look for both sides. Seem pretty standard divey comps from them, trying to flex around a little bit to catch each side off guard. And again, obviously we talk about Eternity with the opportunity to come back here. They're still down 2-0 in the overall match in the best of 5, so still could be a tough spot for them, but I really like what we've seen so far. Ryukin starting off early, Cupido, a tank down already, but another res coming in from Nika is able to get that Winston back up and almost drop, but Nika able to get to safety. Oh, but now does fall. Solus just running Riot back there before finally getting harassed a little bit by the Winston for Team 2K. So kill still going the way of Eternity, though. I think they're really starting to wrap up this Team 2K. Yeah, Copenhagen going out of mech there. Ryukin able to get
good
pulse bomb on the pilot. Provi trying to escape as much as possible. Won't quite make it. Eternity, I think, will cap this.
I think Eternity's going to be pushing this forward to capture that first point. Now, they do have a little bit longer to go. You can see their ults are building so much faster than Team 2K right now. They should win this map. Could be the caster curse, but we now see Solus on that Pharaoh Rocket Barrage. That can come in at any point here.
We just need to win one fight as the doors start to open. It's going to be a huge battle here between
overtime, folks.
Its ultimates building for either side. See if they can get close again. It's the Rocket Barrage from Solus, the only one on the board. We'll have to be quick about it. Spook off with a Primal Rage as well, so everything to play for in this tight Rouge 66 a checkpoint section.
Oh my gosh, so many things happening right now. There goes a Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb does take out Solus. Here comes a sound barrier coming in right now. Oh my god, we are in overtime. Less than 3 meters to be pushed for Eternity to capture this and force the next map. They're doing everything that they can. They're just knocking them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ryukin demeching Joshi. Solus getting res by Sarutua, taking out and then taking out that pilot. Oh my god, Eternity's going to make this push. And here we go, folks. We've got a match.
Oh, Eternity winning the game on Route 66. A fantastic response from them to draw Nubani again. Just the ignition they needed, getting the win here, and we have got a lot to play for in this 5th game now. Oh, and Spook coming through here. This was right at the death. Last play of the game. Just looking to get as much damage in as possible for Eternity. And cleaning up well on this Winston, pushing it through and getting the points. Eternity not out of it yet. 23,000 healing done. Sorry, to 26,000 damage done for MSU, and really just all the way around. You think about just the length of that game. Just stats abound. Fun watching this team so far, man. Just a lot of fun. And we'll see what the map pick is. It's the first time Team 2K's had to pick a map this game. So, man, just excited for it. We'll be right back. Ooh, and we've got a game on our hands. Team 2K shooting ahead to a 2-0 lead for the draw on Numbani. And Eternity answering back on Bruce 66, the last minute pick. They almost win Volskaya. Now we go to Oasis to try and settle it. Team 2K still trying to wrap up this game, take the third in the best of 5 to punch their ticket to the finals. Eternity eSports, don't call it a comeback, folks. Looking to get back into this game. I'm your host, Salted Pepper, again here with Raging Bull. And what are your takeaways from that Bruce 66 brawl, man?
Oh my goodness gracious! Fumbles looking very good on that Lucio. There were so many good support plays happening. We can talk about DPS all day long. Genji on the ground, Fair in the air, yada yada yada. Really great stuff happening, but there's some really critical support plays that happen there. Eternity started using their ults properly. Fumbles throwing down the sound barrier a little bit better. Team 2K getting kind of off kilter a little bit by some of the picks that were happening. Nice job by Eternity to come back here, but don't call it a comeback, as Sultan said. Let's see what happens here at Oasis.
Yeah, all part of the plan, I'm sure. Eternity looking for the entertainment value. You can thank them for that later, but again, we go to Oasis, the second control point, where we saw Team 2K wrap up pretty cleanly 2-0 on Lijiang in kind of a fair battle that went their direction. Another swap coming in as Kane drops out for Winky Face D.Va. A smart pick as I think got a lot of really quick self-destructs on Numbani, and it's a bit of a strong tank for Team 2K, so we'll see if that's the difference they need to push them over the top. Had a bit of a difficulty closing out some of these games, so to get the win here and again get into the finals, but not if Eternity have anything to say about it.
Yeah, this one could be one for the storybooks. If Eternity can come back, it looks like they are gaining some momentum, building it up right now, so let's see what Oasis brings us.
Yeah, second control point here. We played 2 hybrids, control point and a payload. So yeah, a pretty wide gamut of the ability of both of these teams. And man, this has been a lot of fun.
Yo, this is a great way to start the weekend. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Sleepy week. I was exhausted. You know what? I was actually about ready just to chill out tonight. Like, casting a game, that sounds fun. Boy, am I glad that we're here. Fantastic gameplay happening here on the OWX League.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show for show.
Well, these teams definitely giving us a show.
Oh. It's free.
It.
You don't have to pay for this one.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Hey.
Comps coming out once more, pretty standard so far for both sides. Kibito, unlikely to go Symmetra. But I like Lucio's on both sides. I think that's kind of essential for them getting into point quickly.
Yeah, we saw this happen on Lijiang, where Lucio wasn't played on one side relative to the other. Position was dominated by the opposing team that was playing the Lucio. That would have been Team 2K. Let's see if Team 2K here can control another King of the Hill map here on Oasis. They've got 15 seconds before we are underway for this match point for them.
I'm truly, truly shocked we don't see a hit scan coming up. A lot of high ground here near the point for Team 2K, but yeah, Joshy again.
Eternity.
Had to you're exactly right for Eternity. Team 2K coming in with the Pharaoh once more, and come on, just I feel like you had to see it coming. We'll see if they make that swap quickly, but not just yet. And Joshy with the directs, already 30% to a rocket barrage, and really could make Eternity suffer for not responding well. Provi Game able to get the kill on Spook off. A lot of the damage again coming in through the Pharah. Just sitting in here largely uncontested, right on top of Eternity eSports, getting this damage through and over halfway to an ultimate.
Yeah, Joshy at 63% right now and just climbing with his ult. It looks like it's going to fall the way of Team 2K here to clean up. Joshy just doing work from the sky. Eternity switch to a hit scan. What are you doing? Hit scan, hit scan, hit scan.
I like the combo here. Joshy and Winky Face D.Va both getting in the feed, and I like the substitution in, bringing Winky Face in. Definitely a difference maker already, able to zone out these Eternity attackers. Now Sola switching to the hit scan. Must have heard your pleas, and I think it's a good response for them to do it quickly. Only 17% gone. They'll look to re-engage, and they won't lose too much of an ultimate charge. Definitely a lot of time to earn that back. It's a self-destruct again quickly from Winky Face D.Va, looking to catch this attack as they engage. Doesn't quite connect, but we could see some ultimates come out on the other side. The pulse bomb from Ryukin will catch Kibito as Mini Ramsu starts to come in with a Dragon Blade to catch a couple.
Yeah, nice plays happening right now. Here comes another Diva Bomb. Ramsu just slicing and dicing through the competition, taking out both the Lucio and the Diva. However, Eternity is responding.
Yep.
Copenhagen Cowboy demeching Winky Face Diva. Ryukin taking down Joshi. Ryukin also taking down Provi. Spook taking out that Diva. Nice job by Eternity here to answer Team 2K's first attack.
Yeah, Ryukin found a little bit of a rhythm and started running a clinic. Kabito, the last to fall, getting a lot of the damage on the Tracer. Spook off gets the final kill, but Eternity will start gaining some kind of percentage on the point. 55% gone for for Eternity, or for Team 2K rather.
Yeah, Eternity with that soldier taking the high ground right now, that should be pretty big for them. He needs to be taking out that Pharah as well as that Mercy. Here comes a sound barrier coming in by Provi to help protect his team. However, Spook does take out that Pharah. Nice pick, but Nicole also rezzing that Pharah in the middle of a team fight. Nice job by him. Copenhagen Cowboy demeching Winky Face Diva. Joshi taking out that Soldier 76 that was on the high ground. However, being answered by Eternity, Provi Gaming falling, Kubito 4-way falling, and it looks like Eternity will secure this point after this team fight.
Yeah, still holding on really well. Sorry if you guys get a little confused on the stream here. Team 2K is on the top right, but actually they are the blue team, so I'll get that swap for you in the meantime. But again, it's Ryukin on this Tracer just causing problems. Solus here with the Tactical Visor looking to shut down Team 2K as they come to this next engagement.
Yeah, Team 2K, you've got Kubito they're all jumping up top, trying to deposition everyone. However, here comes Diva Bomb. Does it catch anybody? It does! It takes out both the Soldier 76 as well as the Mercy. Nice job here by Winky Face Diva. It looks like Team 2K is going to clean up this second point. They're going to clean up this team fight, capture it, and hopefully hold on if they want to win this first point here on Oasis.
Yeah, looking really good so far, actually. Ultimate's still building here for Eternity. They've got the Tactical Visor, they've got the Self-Destruct, they've got the Pulse Bomb. Provi able to take down that Tracer, though, and they start to earn a little bit of percentage back. Team 2K not quite done yet.
Wow, absolute shift here in momentum. Right now, Eternity needs to regroup. They all need to fall back, get together as a team. They're kind of staggered a little bit. That's not going to help them. Now, here comes their Soldier 76, their last DPS member. Just stay protected, guys. Don't take too much damage unless you're allowing your healers to heal you so they can gain ult, but push as a team comprehensively. That's what we're about to see here by Eternity Esports.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Team 2K still earning a little bit of that percentage. This is a much tighter match than we saw in Li Zhang, and already Eternity's looking to get the kills. It's a rocket barrage coming up from OK Joshi, but the self-destruct there for Copenhagen Cowboy right underneath him. He's not able to get away from it. It will fall.
Wow.
Tied here, 89% to 89%. Not a lot of advantage, but still Team 2K with the kills. I think a little bit of a contention again from Provi in the center. The Eternity will wrap him up and, yeah, just flip the point back.
Yeah, that's quite the stagger to happen out. Now, to happen there, Eternity has less than 10% to capture this point, hold on to it, force it into the next round here on Oasis. Let's see if they can hold off on the defense. I got a feeling that Team 2K will be sort of regrouping here. They do have a couple of ults that they can be using, including an Angry Winston, and there comes the sound barrier, that second ult that I was about to talk about there. They need to survive here if they want a chance to take this point back. Overtime happening right here. Looks like it's going the way of Eternity Esports.
Yeah, hard to tell who has the advantage. It's going to be a Dragon Blade coming out here from Mini Ramsu. Able to get the res onto Solus, who's about halfway to a Tactical Visor, but now the kills in, fumbles does fall. Team 2K looking to get the kills they need to get, but Ryukin still just going off there, able to take down Josh, who switched off that Pharah. Still the overtime meter looking to drop, and no one with clear advantage just yet. Spook off able to take down that Genji. And the self-destruct now coming through. I believe that's Winky Face Diva. Yeah, sorry, 2 falls as Nika is able to get Ramsu back into the fight. Maybe it's starting to shift a little bit towards Team 2K. The self-destruct coming through from Copenhagen Cowboy will take his opposite Winky Face Diva out of back. But Eternity looks like they have the point. They've got I don't think they have the numbers though. Team 2K looking to contend as long as possible, but the reinforcements coming in very quickly here from Eternity Esports.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Now, what Team 2K doesn't have right now is that Mercy. That Mercy needs to come back. Winky Face Diva does throw out another self-destruct. My goodness. D-Mac and Copenhagen Cowboy. Kubito 4-way does take out both the Diva and the Lucio here for Team 2K. So, nice job by Team 2K to hold steady here on the point. Here comes Nicole with that Mercy res as well as the Valkyrie. Nice job by them. So Team 2K looks like they could be in favor here, but this could go either way. As we know, both these teams are very talented at doing what they're doing.
Dragon Blade of this fight for Ramasu. It looks like it is starting to go the way of Team 2K, and what a fight here. It's still a stall at the top. I believe that's fumbles.
Yep.
2/3 of the point gone as the reinforcements continue to come in for Eternity. It's just Ryukin now trying to stall as long as possible before the rest of his team comes back onto point, doing a fantastic job and staying alive. That is another member. It looks like Solus trying to come through, but actually, will fall there. Oh, what a round. First one going the way of Team 2K. They're one round away from the finals, but Eternity really making it work for it.
Definitely. Eternity looking very good there. Team 2K got the better of them here on this first point of Oasis. Let's see if they can close out for this match point and move on to the championship.
On the line again. And for the third opportunity, Team 2K in on the front foot, looking for the win here that will take them to the finals. They just need to close out, and that's been the struggle so far, right? Nubani, the draw, and then losing on help me out here. Help me up.
The last map?
Yeah.
Would you call it 66?
I would call it Route 66. Man, it's all running together. So many games, and just go back and forth. These team fights, it's an eternity. And
so
no pun intended, but the Route 66 Eternity able to come through in round 4 and win that game, trying to answer back. Team 2K really wanted to get through here. Winky faced D.Va, now switching off the D.Va, going Roadhog. Could be an interesting pick for them. And identical comp here for Eternity. The kills going in quickly as Solus wraps up one on the Reinhardt, and that is a significant pick for them.
Yeah, the difference here between the two is going to be that D.Va versus the Roadhog here, with Eternity running that D.Va as opposed to the Roadhog being ran by Winky faced D.Va for Team 2K. Somebody needs to capture this point, though, if they want to move forward.
Well, Eternity was absolutely bullying the attack from Team 2K, pushed them aggressively back into their spawn and just waited. Just knew they would have opportunity to capture the point after they finished up, just cleaning up the rest of those members, and did just that. Diving into point quickly, Cupido, it kind of a very difficult spot, completely by himself. Ryukin will drop, kind of punish him for that, but the rest comes through once more for Nika to get that Winston back into the fight as Spook off falls. So, yeah, but now that Winston back in, Ryukin gets a pulse bomb out of Pro V, but now Fumbles is down, so still a 5v5 for both sides. Yeah, now this is really starting to go the way of Eternity, though, as Ryukin, again, just popping off on this tracer, getting kills left and right.
Yeah, nice shot by Ryukin. Eternity eSports looking fantastic right now. They do have 3 ults. Fumbles should be coming back, as well as that Mercy. They should be able to gain both of those support ults rather quickly. Now, it will be answered by Ramsu here on Team 2K's Genji. So we'll see quite the fight being broken out. Maybe a little poke damage happening back and forth as they're both flirting and teasing with each other on damage. But I have a feeling that Eternity, because of this ult economy that they have, should be trumping Team 2K.
Yeah, it's a Dragon Blade here for Solus, looking for an opportunity to use it. Sees one and dives in. Both supports in his sights. Pro V Gaming already down, looking for another. It could be Nika if she's not careful. But yeah, it doesn't quite pan out for them. It's going to be a sound barrier coming out, though, for Fumbles. Just trying to keep everybody alive. Mini Ramasu not quite able to use the Dragon Blade as effectively as it would have liked. I think he is switching now to the Reaper.
Well, I really like the Reaper switch. That could be very interesting. That Reaper to support, to kill off that Winston. Spook is doing a very nice job as Winston right now, staying alive, using the ults when he need to. Now, Copenhagen Cowboy does have his D.Va Bomb, as well as Ryukin having that Pulse Bomb. So, lots of damage that could be happening right now, but Team 2K does have 4 ults. Should be big happening. There goes down the Reaper as well as the Winston. So, nice job by Eternity to sort of answer here with using only 1 ult out of the 2 that they had to spare.
Yeah, I have to apologize to Ryukin. Just missed that pulse bomb. I had him on stream and switched off just as he popped up. The self-destruct not quite panning out though for Copenhagen Cowboy, and already up to 99% Eternity eSports. It's just been a just quietly building percentage, and Team 2K is not quite able to get a foothold onto the point. Now up against the wall, Ramasu, after having made that switch, has already died twice. It's only 30% to the Reaper ult, and that's effectively just a 5v6 for
big
Team
pick.
2K.
Yeah, that Mercy going down is absolutely huge, along with that Reaper. That's a lot of damage and a lot of healing to go down for Team 2K. It looks like Eternity could hold this, but there is an Angry Monkey on the point, slapping everybody around as best as he can. Joshi taking off Spook, the Monkey's counterpart, right now, as well as D-Mac and Copenhagen Cowboy. Ramsu coming in just in time to take out Fumbles, and my goodness gracious, Team 2K come back with a vengeance. It looks like they're going to clean up and capture this point.
Yeah, it's a fantastic combination of kills for them. Joshi on the tracer just causing damage in, and everybody else cleaning up. And right there at 99%, obviously didn't want to force this to a 3rd round, getting some of the kills there. And now Ramasu really starting to earn that percentage on the Reaper, 75% to a Death Blossom. Still 2 ultimates though for Eternity Esports. You got to think that they may have an advantage coming to this next point. Solus now with the Dragon Blade looking for an opportunity to engage, finds Winky Face and looks for another. Cubito,
big pick. Oh, big pick!
Oh, wow, huge there. The double there, taking down Nika as well. Mini Remisu falls and just brushing Team 2K aside to take the second round on Oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, with the contention coming through. Spoke too soon.
Doing the best
that
she can.
fall.
She fell so quickly. It's like the Berlin Wall.
Still the contention coming through though. It's crazy how they're able to get these late contests back in. The self-destruct from Winky Face won't quite pan out, but now a few more coming through. Remisu has the Death Blossom now though, and that could really be the game changer. And they focus him down very quickly. Solus and Ryukin just shutting down this attack again with the pulse bomb there. And yeah, this is a completely different Eternity. I'm starting to think those first 2 games were just warm-up rounds.
Yeah, they're sort of toying with Team 2K, and now they are coming back with a vengeance. Here we go, folks. 3rd map on Oasis. Eternity wins. They force map number 6. Team 2K wins. It's the match.
Oof, yeah, and still on the front foot, worried to obviously they don't want to drop after going up 2-0 so decisively. Team 2K that is, but that last team fight may have violated Twitch terms of service. Just dirty there from Eternity, able to shut down the Team 2K attack, and we start to see the pendulum really swinging Eternity Esports direction.
Time will tell how this one will go.
It's a triple tank with a Reaper though coming out from Team 2K. I like the shift from them, and now Solus once again on the Pharah.
Oh, I do like this Pharah coming out by Solus, and to have him coming into the sky. However, you've got a triple tank to deal, and maybe he can lay enough damage along with that Tracer, but I think all these tanks are going to have something to say about that.
Well, yeah, Winky Face not really wanting him to get any space at all whatsoever, pushing pretty quickly. Fumbles falls immediately as Remisu gets a kill. Gets another one as Cubito gets the mix as well. It's already a 6v3 on the point, and Team 2K coming out to fight, coming right back, and to take this point very quickly.
Remisu just predicting the death of everybody as he's laying down those shotgun shells. My goodness, is he on fire right now? Looked like he had 3 picks there right at the get-go.
Yeah, and Winky Face D.Va looking for an opportunity to get that mech back quickly before the respawns come in, knowing that they could be okay. It's a risky pick, but decides to see if it will pan out. Solus already back in with the rockets, and now they'll definitely need that mech to absorb a lot of that damage. Fumbles and Solus getting kills immediately. Peens Eternity come right back in. Just 20% gone for Eternity for Team 2K before. It looks like they may just lose this point, actually. Winky Face finally coming back in late just to get that mech, but will lose it once again. Pilot's going to drop halfway the point earned so far for Eternity Esports, and they will wrap it up here. 31% gone for Team 2K.
Provi doing the best that he can to stay on the point, stay alive. However, that for him doing that, it really staggers his team. He's no longer with that team. It's going to burn about 15 seconds or 15% off the time for his team to sort of capture or fight on that point. So that could cost him and his team, but we'll see about that. Now we have OWXL back on that Pharah. We have seen him do that a couple of times and really harass Eternity. Eternity does have 4 ults, looks like with a 5 and 6 coming in soon. Winky Face does take out that Mercy. Nice job by him. Ryukin just with the answer, demeching Winky Face, as well as taking out both the Mercy and the Reinhardt. Nice job by Ryukin.
Yeah, just running right here on the point. Doing a really good job. Solus looking for an opportunity to use the rocket barrage, but didn't even need to with that Tracer on the ground. And again, Provi Gaming, you see, trying to stall as long as possible, but I think you're right. Could put himself in a tough spot if he gets staggered here, and does. It's going to be a late respawn for him. And Team 2K now disadvantaged to not have that healer. Already 50% gone now for Eternity Esports. They win this round, and all of a sudden we've got a 2-2 game in the Champion Tier semifinals. So they'll have to be smart about those, but now the res coming through to get that Lucio back into the fray. A lot of ultimates building for both sides, and could be in for an exciting team fight.
Comes the D.Va Bomb. The D.Va Bomb from Winky Face D.Va does take out Ryukin from Eternity, so now it's a 5v6 fight. However, the Mercy has something to say about that. Does pick Ryukin back up, but Ramisu does take out the Winston, and Kabuto playing that Reinhardt does take out Ryukin playing that Tracer. So now we have a 4v6 team fight happening on the point in favor of Team 2K. Nice job by them. Let's see if they can take this point back, and it looks like they do. Joshi taking out his counterpart, Solus in the air, as well as Ramisu taking out fumbles on the ground. Joshi as well taking out that Mercy. Nice job by Pharah being played by OWXL. Oh.
Yeah, able to catch Solus there with the direct, and Solus with the rocket barrage, one of his own for Joshi. Ramisu has not had a chance to use that Death Blossom, but could combine with the Cubito Earth Shatter, you know, if they're able to get into a good position to use it. Yeah, and it looks like Team 2K kind of maybe getting their footing again, kind of finding some level ground. They were reeling for a while as the aggressive attack from Eternity started coming through, but now 64, 65%. They've got the ultimates to win a couple fights. We'll see if they can round this out, or if Eternity can tie up the series.
Barrages should be coming in from both sides, and there goes Solus taking out Joshi. However, there comes a big Death Blossom coming in by Ramasu, taking out 4 of the opposition. Nice job, kid. Have a day.
Yeah, fantastic Death Blossom from him. Hopefully we get to see that, because difficult to tell who's going to use those ultimates. They all came out simultaneously, and his definitely came out on top there. And once again, Team 2K pushing back Eternity eSports. They are 10% away now from the finals if they can close out this game. But Eternity eSports rumbling back onto the point now with a few ultimates and a few more building. Copenhagen with the self-destruct will look to use it quickly. Ryukin with the pulse bomb, and Spook, who now just fell with the Primal Rage in his pocket. We'll see if this fight will last long enough for him to get back, but now a Boop fumbles getting the double on Nika and Ramos, who could turn it around for Eternity eSports.
Oh my. Ryukin just demeching that D.Va and then finishing her off. Right now it looks like this could be in the favor of Eternity eSports. Joshi falling, which now staggers him substantially from the rest of his team. So looks like we're going to see Team 2K sort of regroup. They've got 10% less to go in order to capture this.
4 ultimates though for Eternity eSports as Team 2K tries to engage. They've got some support ultimates on the way, but nothing really substantial just yet. Ryukin very low, will have to use the recall, but now already half health, could be in a tough spot. The overtime breaking out. Whoever wins this match will win the game. Team 2K a chance to go in the finals. Eternity eSports the chance to force the 6th game now in the series after the draw. It's another mini Ramasu Death Blossom to catch fumbles, and that could be the advantage they need. It's a soulless Rocket Barrage, able to take down very quickly by his opposite. Nika getting Ramasu back into the game, but falling for it. But they still have the damage, though. That could be what they need. Again, whoever wins this match will take it. Cupido able to get the shatter in, but can't follow up. Kills going either side, and Ramasu on this Reaper has been the difference maker, just getting kills left and right.
Yeah, no doubt. Ramasu looking fantastic. He does pick off that Winston. That Winston was doing the best that he can to stay alive. Now Ryukin has to do his job, stay alive on the point, contest as long as he can. Trying to demech that D.Va, but staying alive is going to be absolutely critical. Winky Face does get demeched by Ryukin. Solus taking out. Nice! I love seeing this play happen. Solus taking out the Pharah in the sky while he is on the ground. Nice job by him. Winky Face D.Va taking out Solus. Lots of hot action happening. Could go either way.
Once again, the res is coming through as Ramasu gets back onto his feet. The kill's going the way of Team 2K, but maybe starting to earn the point back a little bit. It's another Death Blossom for this Reaper, and again, just looking to shut down this Eternity attack. They're holding on it by the skin of their teeth, though. And just a little bit of the percentage maybe for Team 2K, but Eternity really looks like they're wrapping up. It's hard to tell who has the advantage. Now fumbles, falls, getting the kills opposite. Who even knows, man? It's just finally Team 2K earning a little bit more of the percentage. It's halfway gone now. They're looking to clean up Ryukin as quickly as possible, but another recall will keep him bolstered on the point. Spookoff gets back as the sound barrier comes through from Proby, just trying to keep his own Tracer alive as long as possible. Cupido able to get the kill on that pesky Ryukin, and now it's just Winston's going back and forth. Spookoff low, does fall. Saratu looking for some space, but could drop. Fumbles in the center again, and finally does fall. Joshi just tearing up on this Tracer.
Wow, nice job here by Joshi, and this overtime has to be going on for over 60 seconds right now. Looks like it could be falling the way of Team 2K. We are just pixels away, folks, and there's the championship. Oh no, 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 no.
I eat my words. The overtime down.
Copenhagen. The overtime is now happening. The point flips to Team 2K. Does Eternity have something to say about this? Here comes the Winston jumping in Spooky, doing a nice job. Okay, Joshi taking out his counterpart from Ryukin. Ramasu taking out the Lucio, and there it is, folks. Team 2K with the victory and the match. Congratulations, boys.
Yeah, just late ultimates coming out, finally able to push it over the edge, and oh my god, this has to be the forward right here from Ramasu. Fantastic switch to the Reaper. They shut him down a little bit on the University section. This was the one, but finally able to come back in and really kind of turn things around for Team 2K. They didn't win this round, but they did win the war and won the series. Team 2K punched their ticket, first one from the champion tier into the finals. Oh, what more can you say, man? Just what a game. That's good stuff.
That was so much fun. Unbelievable. Great job, guys. Both teams, fantastic job.
Yeah, we'll get the just kind of final thoughts from this game and look at 2 more playoff games when we come back. Oh, and what a game. I don't think the 3-1 final score really shows how exciting this game was. Starting out really strongly, Team 2K jumping ahead to a 2-0 lead before the draw in Numbani. Eternity answering back and making it very interesting right there at the death. At the last third map on Oasis, barely missing out there, and Team 2K finally able to get over the line and get into the finals. Fantastic play from both sides, and that's what we expect to see from our champion tier.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Like, Team 2K had, we all thought that they were a train just rolling through. They're just like, all right, nobody can stop us. You know what? They were. They won the first game. They won the second game. Then Eternity came back. They drew the next game. They won Route 66. It was a fight. Team 2K had the first chance to select a map. It goes to Oasis, and they were able to clean up, but not without a fight. It went to overtime on both these maps, or 2 out of the 3 maps on Oasis, I believe. Yep. Just fantastic job by both teams here. Yeah, just phenomenal job.
And just exhausting almost just to go through that entire. Honestly, it looked like a foregone conclusion after the Kings Row victory. Right, Team 2K capping the map, and then a strong defense. Then on Lijiang, skating to a 2-0 victory. It felt like on Numbani, which is a map they played in Week 7 and completely stomped Eternity. Coming out, Eternity able to force the draw there in rounds 3 and 4 before taking Route 66 in exciting fashion. And man, after the Challenger Defeato Squaw 3-0 game, exciting to see this playoff game really live up to potential. And I'm just stoked for the rest of the games this weekend.
Yeah, the rest of the games this weekend we'll forecast next week. Next week being some of the other playoff games as well as a champion tier game that'll occur. So lots of hot action coming in to end season 3. Super exciting. I love it.
Yeah, and I think it will be big throws in the finals with Team 2K. I don't know if Imperial. Actually, I think they will play the game. We'll see if they have that scheduled for Sunday. But the other game, Desert Legion Gaming and Crisis Red, I believe is Sunday evening. So looking forward to that. And we may have, we'll try and get the results of the Revenant Reddit Gynos game as well. That one ongoing, but because the length of this game, we're able to get it on stream. So we'll get those results for you. Rivals here, because they have 2 additional teams in the playoffs, will be kind of 1 week behind everybody. But the semifinal week for the champion and challenger tier rolls on. Make sure you're in the Discord to see when those games are upcoming. Got a lot of exciting Overwatch playoff OWXL action for you. It'll be playoffs, then we'll try and get the All-Star game to you, and right after that, Season 4 on the horizon. Again, if you are interested in being a captain for Season 4, there is a link on the website, an application for you, OWXL.com, gets you all the information you need. Again, if you want to be a captain, you do need to be in the Discord, so links on the website. Again, join there and get you all sorted. Rosters will be asking for those shortly, so yeah, looking ahead to Season 4, we hope you will join us, but man, I don't think I have any final thoughts. What you got for me?
I'm exhausted. That's all I got for you, buddy. It's been over 2 hours that we've been in this, almost 2.5 hours now. And if you just joined us or just joined us in the middle of the match, go back and start from the beginning, whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next day. There's some absolutely fantastic gameplay going on. Great job by both teams here. Great season for Eternity. Team 2K just got the best of you today. Keep your chin up, guys. Team 2K, congratulations moving into the championship.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing both these teams next season, but that will do it for us here. Whew, just a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Enjoy casting with you, and thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have a Prime subscription, make sure you throw that subscribe over this way. We appreciate all of our subscribers and just helping to keep the league going. It's run by volunteers, so I appreciate all the support, existing and prospective subscribers. So thanks, guys, for that. Again, we will be rebranding for Season 4 Overwatch Xbox Community OXC, bringing it to you. So you'll see that acronym. It's the same league you know and love. Just, different flavor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, guys, really appreciate you watching, like I said. And, for the champion tier for OWX League, Raging Bull, I'm Salt and Pepper. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night, y'all.
Chess battles go between really fast to watch.
That's exactly what this is. And you can see Spook does throw down the Rhine Smash, and he's answered by Winky Face Diva. Winky Face Diva having a better smash to his counterpart. So,
and yeah, kind of chess battle that goes on between is really fascinating to watch.
That's exactly what this is. And you can see Spook does throw down the Rhine Smash, and he's answered by Winky Face Diva. Winky Face Diva dominated Eternity on that first team fight. Now, Eternity, they do need to regroup here and push together as a team. And another boop coming in by Proby. My goodness gracious, have a day, kid. He was, but he did get out there. No problem. He's even taking out his counterparts back. So we'll see if Eternity can do something here. Slicing.
In a tough spot for that Diva, and it's going to be Team 2K once again retreating as Eternity powers through.
Yeah, Eternity looking very good right now. The Zenyatta is playing such a critical role.
Get a little bit of damage like DPS is obviously what I want to do. Cupido able to take down Sara to it, and this is already starting to go the way of Team 2K, I think, with those kills. Could be in a tough spot at very early self-destruct as Copenhagen Cowboy takes down 3, and Eternity answers right.
Start pushing Solus, but Solus does get revived by his Mercy, so big plays happening right now. So coming out with that Dragon Strike, taking out that Mercy, rather quickly, and that Winston, and defending the Diva. My goodness gracious.
Dragon Blade will look to use it as well in behind
big
the
smash.
attackers.
Oh man,
Can't follow up though.
no, he can't. He was killed in the process. The Reinhardt was killed in the process of a nice shot by them. Let's see if they can take this point back, and it looks like they do. Joshi taking out his counterpart, Solus in the air, as well as Ramsu taking out Fumbles on the ground. Joshi as well taking out that Mercy.